Where the hell is he? Where is he? I can't find this guy. Oh, he's right here. Alright. I like the way the announcer says his name. Like with that pause. Shaheen. Shaheen. What's the stage I haven't take this to the Akuma stage. No, I did this with last time. Let's go to... Ooh. Tekken is love and life. You can actually use Shaheen's Hawk as a ranged high crush. Is that so? Alright, man. So, cool thing about this is, at least I'm assuming, it's gonna be a real straightforward move list. Wow, he's really fucking tall. Like, now that I'm actually seeing him on my screen, his head is freaking right under the health bar. It's a tall motherfucker over here. I think he might be the tallest character in the game right now. Now that Bardic's not around. Alright, decent backdash. Looks solid. His movements looks like Jin movement, like average movement. Jab range. Oh, he's another one of those motherfuckers that can't close his fist for a jab. What is up with all these new characters that they can't throw a normal person jab? They have to like break their fingers to jab. What is this? That looks so stupid. Alright. Man, he is freakishly tall. Jesus Christ. Alright, I already know he has a down forward one. Alright. Oh, instantly we found a low crush. A high crush here, rather. Alright. Ooh, yeah, a nice little crunch on that hit. Break your shin bone. So I already know that's going to be his, like, plus on hit low poke right there. What do we got going on? Oh, that's a cool charge animation. Look at that. Yo, what is that shit? That's the most anime fucking pose in the game right there. Alright. I know he has a slide, right? Yeah, there it is. Ooh, his slide looks smooth. It looks way better than that bootleg-ass Law and Lee slide with the old-ass Tekken 2 animation. Alright. So far, so cool. So good, so good. Arabic gym. Arabic gym. Alright. Starting from the top. I think this I could trust the RB no way frame data, unlike with Eliza, right? So I'll just go with this here. Like usual, I'll be swapping tabs, and I'll look back at the chat every few minutes. Let's see what's natural. Okay, the usual 10 frame jab, +1 on block, +8 on hit. 1-2, -1 on block, +6 on hit, right? He has a 1-2-2. Ooh. Does that mid have any counter hit properties? Let's see. Oh yeah, he has that good shit. Is that safe? But that mid is not safe. -13 according to this. Thankfully, he has the good old down forward one poke, so this should be easy to test, right? Okay, yeah, -13, right? So let's see if I can sidestep to it. Nope, you gotta block it. Boosh, and then punish it, right? Okay, so we got that. Then he has 1, 2, 3. Boom. What do we got going on here with this 1, 2, 3? And then the counter properties. This one is safe, -8. Oh man. Oh, it's gonna be kind of hard. He has actually good jab range. This is really good frame advantage on hit. This is a +8 move. Right? But it pushes back. What about on block? Nah, no pushback on block though. And it is -8 according to this. Yeah, look at that. You see how early he recovers compared to me? I'm still blue for mad long. But that is +8 on hit, so that could be good. Does the whole thing combo counter hit? I doubt it, but might as well test. Like Brian has stuff like that, so might as well test with him. It does. It do combo on counter hit. He has a 10 frame counter hit string. Ooh, he's like Brian. Both 1-2-2 and 1-2-3 are 10 frame counter hit natural combos. Interesting. Too bad unlike Brian, he can't wall splat with either of them though. He blocks. He don't block. He don't block. Okay, so what's 1-2-2 on normal hit? Like the frames. There's no frame data on 1-2-2 on without counter hit, so let's see if I can work this out here. Record, alright. Go hopkick. I don't know how fast this hopkick is, but it crushes, doesn't it? Okay, so it's not much. I'm able to interrupt his hopkick, however fast that is. What else do we have? Oh! I got a donation! Sweet. Wow. Thanks a lot, amigo. Thank you very much, name I can't pronounce. I hear my donation go, baby. That's what's up. Thank you very much, amigo. How do I pronounce your name? I saw you in the chat earlier. Amnesiac. There we go. I think that was you, right? I appreciate it very much. As you can see, I'm out of control over here. I look like I got electrically shocked over here with my hair standing up on the ends. Alright. 1-2-4. So we got a 1-2-4. Is this also a counter hit? Wait, I have him on record, so I won't know. We gotta set him here. I forgot to set a button for this. Oops. I gotta set a button for this. There we go. Nope, not for that one though. Alright, let's see if that last kick has any counter hit properties. Okay, it doesn't, but it sends him flying far away. This might be something decent for wall carry. If you could get yourself in a jab situation post tailspin, which I'm not so sure. Like, I don't know. Right? Yeah. And plus, you are adding a 1-2 jab to it in a juggle situation. So that damage might be shitty. So maybe it's not so great for that. I don't know. Maybe if I were to just do, well, I'll research that later. So there's no counter hit properties on that. It just knocks down either way. And it's -13 according to this, which we'll test right now. Boom, boom, boom. Right? Get him. Yes. Okay. It does keep him spaced fairly well. But my down forward one does reach. But if you're playing with a character with a lot of really stubby moves, you have to be aware of this kind of shit. You see that? That's about a full backdash away. Maybe a little more than a full backdash away. Like, does my jabs reach? Look at that. My jabs don't reach. Luckily, down forward one has more range than jabs, so I'll at least get that on him. So, is it this? There we go. I figured that worked too. The infamous 4-1. This shit was so cheap at 7.0. Alright. So that's -13. Oh, can I sidestep it? Let's see. Oh, play. Not that way. How about left? Oh, nothing. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, so you can't sidestep at all. At least that was Shaheen. So, he's got some solid jab strings here. Not as good as Kat's 1-1 with her follow-ups. But he has the bonus of having, you know, 10 frame counter hit strings off of his jabs. Are they counter hit confirmable? Let's see. How late can I press this follow-ups? Yeah, does it combo if I delay it? Let's see. Not really. Yeah, you can't delay. At least the 1-2-2. What about the 1-2-3? Yeah, nah. So you have to commit. You have to commit if you think you land a counter hit, because you can't delay the last input at all after the jabs. You guys taking notes? Let's see. I look like that boy Miguel. I appreciate it. Miguel's a handsome fella. I'll take it. I like to delay 1-2-4 for wall splats. I agree, Numb. That's exactly how I would use that move. So when you have a shit like this, right? When you have these kinds of follow-ups, they're kind of unsafe. Yeah, negative 13 isn't great for the mids, but still, it's better than being launched, right? It's not that bad. But the cool thing is, it buffs 1-2 on block. It would buff 1-2 on block, especially with their back to the wall, because I'll bet that, boom, right? Yeah. So you could go do this all day at the wall, and then the moment they get like, oh shit, I gotta do something, you throw out the 4, and then you get a wall splat, right? It's that kind of shit. It's good shit. Even in the mid stage. If you're in the infinite stage, I maybe wouldn't rely on it too much, but in a stage like this, that 4 sends a fucking flying. Look at that. Closer to the wall. I'll connect what? Maybe 3 of those, and he'll be at the wall. 1, 2. He backed up, but that third one, if that would have connected, he would have been at the wall. Let's see how far away it wall splats from. He's gonna slump, I think. Yeah, not quite. One more. Okay, maybe there. Look at that. And you would get, yeah, that kind of wall splat, you'd get a full wall combo, for sure. That's good shit. Think about this string when you near the wall. Think about like the 1-2 pressure and setting up that 4. That's one of the things you can think about in how to use that. Alright, let's get back to the frame data here. Hold on a second, I got a little error on this thing here. Let me get rid of this. Come on, hurry up and load. Alright, so next move on the list, we have a 2 and a 2-1. 2, according to this, is 10 frames still, so it's not a special 2. Of course, this one, instead of the palm out asking for money, he's sticking at the overhand, you know what I'm saying? The pat on the head. And he has a 2-1. Ooh, high mid. These are always nice to have. They're not amazing, but it's a nice thing to have like a 10 frame startup, natural combo that goes high mid. You know, like King has a really good one. King has one of the better ones. King and Armor King, because they're like, well, unless they got nerfed, they're really good on block. But his is so great on block. His is negative 8. Why is this good? Well, I talked earlier about 1-2s, right? So the thing about pressuring with 1-2s, right, is it makes it easier for the opponent when they duck to confirm whiff and while standing launch you. Especially if they're ducking and they're going into a high crush. You're basically doing one extra swing of the second jab. So, like a 2-1 could check them for doing that, unless they commit instantly to the while standing without waiting to see. Like that mid would catch them. I don't think the mid has any special countering properties, but yeah, no, none of that. So the other cool thing about 2-1s is like this is, never mind. I was gonna say they usually give good frames on hit, but according to this, it's only +1. So yeah, that ain't happening here. I can test it. I think his standing 4 is 12. So let's see. That looked like the string. Is that a string? That's gonna be the start of his 10 hit, isn't it? Huh. There's no 2-1-4 here, but that looks like a 2-1-4 string. Huh. Let's record this again. Alright. Okay, let him hit me. I did the wrong move actually, now I think about it. There we go. The same animation as his down forward 1 does that. Even? Is this 0? Or am I slow? I might be slow. Yeah, this is 0. I guess. That's not too great. Yeah. Not so good. Not so hot. Alright. Well, let's see. Yeah, we have a 3 or 3 plus 4. That's 3. I don't get why 3 plus 4 is listed here. It's the same move. 20 damage. 20 damage. That's weird. It's a high. Oh, this goes into his, yeah, this goes into his little pose here. So he has moves out of that. You could cancel it. Oh, he can cancel that pretty fucking fast. Alright, let's down forward 3. So 3, down forward, down back. 3, down forward, down back. 3. It's like a bootleg version of Dragunov's. Oh, that looks cool. Does shit damage though. Alright. We'll find out what those moves are about soon enough. So let's see. What happens if I, 1? He could go into a jab with that. Okay. A regular ass jab, it looks like. Oh, this combos? Wait, hold on. This doesn't combo. Stand guard. Yeah, stand into stand guard, right? Yeah, I didn't think so. No matter how fast I do it. Okay. So then he has that launcher. Let's put this back on. Okay, not a launcher. How about the counter hit? Okay, that's just a knockdown. And then whoop, we got. Okay, we got that already. That's the 3. That's the looks like a jungle starter. And then 4, he has a really slow slide. Well, maybe really slow is pushing it, but it has a bit of a slow slide here. And then down forward 1+2. Oh, he's got himself a nice little tackle there. Okay, and 3+4. Nope, 3+4 doesn't appear to be anything. Now let me find that on the move to see if it listed as 3+4 like the frame data does here. I don't see a standing 3+4 anywhere. Was that right? That's the start of his 10. Yeah, I was right. See? It's the start of his 10 hit. 2, 1, 4. I had a feeling. Alright. This is a really short move list. I appreciate that greatly. Yeah, so I don't know what this frame is talking about. It's only standing 3, as you can see. Alright. So, let's see what this little stance is about here. I want to see if I can break that. Can I sidestep it? Okay, on block I can sidestep it at least. Too late, maybe? There he goes, okay. How late can you break it? Oh, you gotta be pretty fast. Yeah. Alright, so the whole thing here is you gotta react to the animation before he grabs you to break it. If he grabs you, then you press it, it feels like you're too late. See? So you gotta, like, when you see him go leaning down. Does that crush highs? No. How about later into it? Not really. I don't know. The fact that you can break it makes you think this is over. It is a mid grab though, so if you're ducking, can you break it if you're ducking? Is this one of those that you can't? No. All right, there we go. This is one of those. Oh, I take that back. Sorry, never mind. You just gotta break it early, just like before. All right, but it is a mid, so it'll grab you standing or crouching. All right. Oh, I should test it on. I already recorded. Test it on hit, also. I could probably still sidestep that. Yeah, no. That kick gives enough frame advantage that you have to respect the follow-up. Interesting. How fast is that kick? His standing 3, according to this, is 14? Is it 14 frames? 14 frames. For a 14 frame move. Alright, let's see what this is really about then. Let's see here. This might be legit on hit. If that slow ass grab is able to grab me before I could sidestep, then everything else is going to be really good too, right? Yeah, how about on block? Oh, tracks well. Okay, not quite. Huh? Alright, so not much tracking on that one. On block. On hit though, that shit tracks all day. Boosh. You're not going anywhere. Yeah, this gets way too much frame advantage on hit. Ugh. It's a weird input for me. That slow ass slide. Resets. Alright. Let him block. Sidestep. Yeah, none of that. Big whiff, big whiff. Okay, on hit. Looks like you gotta respect it like everything else. Alright, how bad is it on block? Was that a punish? I think it was. Okay, so yeah, it's bad on block. Okay. Yeah. Alright, cool. What was the other one? 3? Right? Ugh, I keep holding forward because of dragging off. It's down forward, damn it. I did it again. Alright. That's a scary one. Ooh. At least he doesn't get the hit throw if he hits you off axis. Oh, I take that back. Alright, well, I was right. So if you commit to a side walk, none of this is going to work on block, it looks like. And then he had a 1+2? No, that was the grab. So the other one was the jab. So the jab might be the one that would lock me down if I were to guess. Right? That looks really fast. Yep, none of that. So yeah. So if you see somebody, a Shaheen player, abusing this on block and going into that stuff, side walk. Why side walk? Because that 3, you know, the 3 dive kick thing hit me for stepping. So you're gonna want to sidewalk. That's not much of a whiff at all, though. Yeah. Look at that. You gotta react real fast. Boom, boom. All right, let me look at the chat. Anything going on? You guys taking notes? Rashid has terrible design, but good fun gameplay. Shaheen looks cool, but plays boring. Should fuse. His standing 3 to stance cancel into rising 3-3 is the wall enders combo, so you can cancel into while rising. It was good to know. Seems like a few of the new characters have a lot of smaller move lists. Nice for noobs like myself. I agree, that is good. How plus is standing 3 on hit? I don't know how plus it is. Thanks for the shout out to my hair. But look at the animation. Aris talked about this. It's kind of hard to see the other Shaheen do it. Let me let him hit me. You see how I'm holding my face when I get hit? That's a signal that it's gonna be heavy frames, heavy amount of frame advantage on hit. According to RB Norway, standing 3 is. It doesn't say. It doesn't say how good it is on hit on its own. Now, I'll test it on hit by itself, and we'll see. That's probably going to win out against the jab, if I were to guess. Yeah, see? So this shit is like at least +5. You know? He has like that little hopping kick. That looks slow, so... That's a homing kick. Yeah, look at that. That beat me clean. However fast that is. What about that? Yeah, that kick, right? No, I'm trying to do forward 3. There it is. That looks slower. Oh, that beat me clean. So yeah, standing 3 is good shit. Mad cow slacking. How plus is... Yeah, there you go. Anything new? Anything else? Alright, so cancel the stance with down back. I'll do that next. Let's go back to the frame data here, right? Refresh. Let's get some chord action over here. Let's see if I can figure this out. So, okay, that cancel... it looked like he canceled standing when I did it. But that cancel naturally puts him in a while standing state. So he could do all of his while standing moves out of this too. That's scary. This is an unusual while standing 4. Usually while standing 4s kick upward. This kicks outward. Interesting. Yeah, I probably won't be able to sidestep that if I were to guess. What about on block though? Yep, you could. Left? Okay. Definitely not definitely not sidestepping that situation. Alright. While standing 3. What a weird ass looking kick. Okay, while standing 3. While standing 1. And while standing 2. Is while standing 2 a homing move? Doesn't look like it. So I'll just test while standing too, and that'll tell me everything I need to know about the slower moves. Wrong button. Yep. It looked like he started the sidestep though. Ain't going nowhere. Alright. So yeah, so that 3 on hit is good. It's solid. You're not gonna like, it's only a single hit though, so unfortunately you can't quite hit confirm and then go into the dash like you could with Katarina's Harrier. But he has better options out of that, like that little pose, than Katarina does in Harrier, so that's pretty good. Alright, so don't respect that on block, but respect it on hit. So don't get gimmicked when you see people just doing this into the fucking stance. It's on block, it's no good. Alright, now we got the good old 4-1. This is basically Shaheen's version of a Magic 4. It's 11 frames? I could test that. I was just spamming it, but it beat me? Oh. There you go. Yeah, it's 11 frames. Ooh, it's 11 frames. This shit is fucking cheap, dude. Remember when it's jailed in 7.0 off of 11 frame high? 11 frame Magic 4s are more rare than it used to be. Also, it's moving him left. Interesting. Wow, 4-1 is the juice. Alright, let's see. Okay. Magic 4, there it is, and then you get a combo. So the thing about it is, I don't think you could delay that 1. Yeah. So the one thing I'm noticing about his forward, high, 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 high. Oh, sorry. High mid. I just saw that. It looked high because he kicked him in the fucking head. This is one of those highs that look. This is one of those mids that looks high. Okay, so he does have a mid option. I was about to say, oh, you could always just duck. This doesn't jail anymore. You could always duck the second hit, but not quite. So what about that second and that high mid? Does it do anything? It knocks down. Does it knock down a normal hit? Okay, so it just knocks down either way. He probably gets a free grounded hit. Like a stomp, right? Yeah, that combo. So he gets a free grounded hit of some sort. And all of the strings are counter hit. Yeah. Oh, that goes instantly. Okay, so that's probably going to be his main tailspin. Yeah. Interesting. Ooh, that gives tailspin on counter here too. Very interesting. I wonder if you could convert off a standing 4 without doing the 1. Right? I wouldn't know what to do though. I did forward 4. Palm thrust. Give him the stop sign. They didn't want to give him that. Yeah, so they only want you to, it seems like, unless he has something really hard to do, like they could convert with, it seems like they want you to commit to the 4-1 to get the Magic 4 combo. You gotta commit. So according to this, 4-1 is -4. That's still, -4 is fucking great. You kidding me? Let's see if he can sidestep jab. Yeah, maybe if, right. Alright. Record it again. Yeah, so Shaheen is kind of big. So I guess -4, he can't really sidestep jabs, it seems like. Assuming that this frame data is right. At least. Yeah, assuming that this frame data is right, how can I test that? I verify that that's 11 frames. Right, so if that's 11 frames, then... Hold on, I'm having a brain fart here. If I do that on block into a It's -4. Into his standing 4, I should exchange with his hop kick, right? Makes sense? So that should exchange with his hop kick. There you go. -4. Correct. So yeah, unfortunately it's -4 at point blank. So you're still in I can't sidestep jabs territory, but you could probably sidestep mids. You still do. Oh, I had him do it twice. Sorry. Yeah, see. Oof. All right, mash it. Make him walk. This is why I wish you could record dummy to just do stuff. This would be so much easier to test if I could just record a dummy to just do stuff on recovery, Street Fighter style or KOF style. Yeah, so Shaheen's kind of a big boy, so he won't sidestep that mid. How about hop kick? All right. So 13 frames, no. 15 frames, yes. He'll be able to sidestep. Well, that's good to know. 15 frame linear moves, he'll be able to sidestep for the most part that don't have tracking. That's the big stuff, right? You don't want to get launched when trying to sidestep. So you'll take a 13 frame poke, sure, or maybe something stronger depending on the character. Let's try standing 3. I didn't test standing 3's tracking, did I? Alright. Okay. 14 frame linear high. Alright. Good shit. That's good shit. Assuming 14 is true. I tested this, right? Yeah, I think I tested it's 14 frames. Okay. This 4-1 natural combo on normal hit without the launch. So this is his 11 frame punish. He has a unique 11 frame punish. I'm not used to this. This is scaring the shit out of me every time.
Product. Looking forward to the Elisa video. Much love.
Alright. Lisa video will be dedicated to you with love, my friend. Was it Beta the Beta? Is that your name? Beta the Beta. Actually, I like your name now that I see it. I had trouble seeing because I have a black background and your name is blue, dark blue. Let me look back at the chat here since I missed a few things here. Pimp up that YouTube channel, man. Yeah, the YouTube channel's down below. I upload all my archives to my YouTube, so in case you missed them. I have, right now I have Gigas, Kazumi, Jin, and Eliza on my YouTube. Hot dog's delicious, Nudimon. Enjoy, enjoy. Alright, you think it's 4-4 gives you a free back 4, or you convert from Magic 4 counter with 4-1. Well, Numb, I tried. If you're saying this works for you, who did you test it on? See, it's like, it's not quite. Now, if you're wondering why I'm curious about this, it's like I said earlier, that would make it so you wouldn't have to commit to the 4-1 to combo. And that's very valuable. But the thing about that is you kind of use Magic Force's keep out tools also. So you'd be using it from back here. And from back here, you're not going to convert. Even if that was possible. You're not, you're nowhere near. So, I think I would just say stick with the 4-1. Especially if you're new to Tekken. If you want, like, a good counter hit thing. It's nice to have a really fast counter hit high that, like, you can just commit to the 4-1. And you can easily convert, 4-1, oops. 4-1, and then you get a jab, and then you do whatever, easy-ass combo. Maybe, not maybe, definitely better than the jab too, but jab is the easy move, you know what I'm saying? The good shit. So yeah, 4-1 is actually his 4-1 is actually his 11 frame Punisher. Not the damage isn't huge, but what's the frames on normal hit here? +4 according to this. We could test it with standing 3, right? Yep. Nice. So that's +4 on hit. Alright, see that. None of the other 4 follow-ups are natural on normal hit, are they? I doubt it. Yeah, there's 11 frames. They're not going to give you more than that. That crunch. I love that crunch. Alright, so that's the 4 series. Good moves in general. So yeah, like keep in mind, you could duck this. That second high. Just to show you. Right. Hard, fucking impossible to punish that shit though. There it is, I got it. Woo. You have to like do an instant while standing basically. So you have to commit. If you're trying to duck and actually punish this, you have to commit, which means the high mid is actually kind of worth risking. Plus the high mid is -13 with a question mark. I actually didn't test the frames. Let's test these frames on the other ones. Oh, it forces crouch? No, it doesn't. Okay. Whoop, block, block, block. Oh yeah. Just out of range. Interesting. This is something you should make note of too. So it is at least -13. Unfortunately, I'm unable to test 14 because he pushes me back too much. See? Damn, I like how he sticks his toes forward to add that extra bit of range, and it's still not enough. So one interesting thing I'm noticing, even though it's high also, is 4-3 is -1, it says. We know that the standing 4 is 11 frames, so this should exchange. Oops. That's pretty good. Now that is pretty fucking sweet. Considering that the second high counter, it's slow, so if people duck that high, you'll get launched on reaction all fucking day because it's a lot slower, as you can notice. Another thing I want to test is that slow delay. Can I get like a bit of a sidestep in there? Yeah, I had a feeling. Ooh yeah, there you go. When you see a delay like that, that's kind of a tell right there. But it being -1 is good. You could definitely move around at -1. But it's hard to time because it's so heavy recovery. I gotta find that recovery in that to sidestep at the right time. There you go. Alright. So now, I want to test the tracking on 4. Probably none. Alright. Now I want to test the tracking on 3. Yep. the jab just whiffed. Oh, okay, so Shaheen is one of those motherfuckers, right? Look at his neutral stance. He's one of those Leo motherfuckers with his left hand all the way out here, reaching for your fucking eyeballs like he's John Jones, right? So because of that, at certain angles, his left hand is gonna keep pushing you back. So you get shit like that one jab that whiffed in his face. I wouldn't even know how to recreate that, but that's what happened there. That one, you found that perfect angle to make that jab whiff. That's one of those things that just like in Tekken, as you can see, it's like really consistent now. But fuck me, man. Yeah. Well, that's clearly whiffing though. So the downside of having your hand sticking out like that though is you can hit the hand. You see? Punch him in the wrist. 3D hurt boxes, people. This is how they work. So you can consider if you're off axis towards Shaheen's left, you get yourself a little more range on moves that hit in this area. Because that's not going to happen here. Unless you hit him. See? That's not happening here. That's not happening here. But at this angle, it'll happen from that far away. Look at it. Look at how far away it'll happen. But from this angle, you got to be kind of close. Weird shit. Alright. Anything on in the chat? Guess Shaheen isn't too bad to begin with. Yeah, Shaheen seems solid so far. He's kind of a semi-big character that I'm noticing. So his sidestep might be a little limited. Just a tiny bit though. Not much. Consider him like Feng maybe. I think Feng is kind of a wide body. King also. Historically, King has been able to get hit by like semi-big body combos that a lot of other characters were unable to be hit by. Armor King included. Because he got big feet, I guess. I don't know. So anyway. So yeah, that 4-3 is actually a really, that was 4-3, right? Yeah, so that 4-3 is actually pretty damn solid. Let's see the frames on his, the tracking on his down forward one. Oh yeah. But like most down forward ones, it tracks okay to his left. This could also just be Shaheen being bad at sidestepping, like not as good. Like other characters might be able to sidestep this. But left, I mean, yeah, I go left away from the move. This follows that rule, as long as I time it right. So about this, you know how I was getting hit several times? Always remember, if you want to sidestep the instant you recover from block, you could buffer your sidestep input. And you could go into sidewalk seamlessly out of sidestep, as you can see. Alright. But as you can see, it could be tough. There's also some stuff going on here with the axis, it looks like. Yeah. I think Shaheen just has trouble consistently sidestepping this in general. Unless he sidewalks. If he sidewalks left, it seems like I consistently get away from it every time. A sidestep seems inconsistent for Shaheen. If I were to take a guess, Elisa would sidestep this no problem. If I were to take a guess. Or Lily. Or Dragunov maybe. Or you get the idea. Alright. So we got the 4 series. Next we got forward 2. That was that weird palm thrust. the stop sign. Alright. Makes you think it has good range, but you know, you gotta, yeah. Anyway, is that a natural combo? Forward 2-3. It is. This would be his 12 frame Punisher. Good damage, 32 damage. Solid damage for 12 frames. According to this, it is -12 on block, but if you're using it as a Punisher, it doesn't matter. What I like seeing is it says +8 or +9 on hits. But it does keep him kind of close. So we're talking about 12 frame Punisher similar to Dragunov's 4-1, but it does push back a little bit. That might not mean anything though. Unfortunately, it wouldn't be worth testing on Shaheen because I already confirmed that he's kind of wide. So the thing I'm getting at here is Dragunov with his 12 frame Punisher, which is 4-1. He's right in your face with like +8, which means you're unable to sidestep his linear 15 frame mids. Down forward 2, you can't sidestep it, his launcher. Or back 4-3, you can't sidestep that. Cannot sidestep that. So he basically gets a true legitimate 50-50 in that situation. Shaheen might have the same thing, but the pushback might mess with that rule. Like pushback, when you add a little bit of distance to some moves, it gives the opponent some extra frames to sidestep. So it might mess with things. But I will test it anyway. To get a true, like, really test it, I had to test it against a character with a good sidestep. But why not do it anyway with Shaheen? Ooh, there's a low out of that? I did that by accident. Right? Yeah, see, he ain't gonna sidestep that shit. Yeah. So Shaheen, I gotta remember to test this. I guess a good sidestep, but he might have a legitimate 50-50 every time he connects with 12 frames. And it looks like he has good range too, like in jet, because he could hold. It's a forward move. See how he moves forward a lot. That's not because it's a forward move, but it naturally has that. But when you have to hold forward to do the move in the first place, that adds range to it typically. Like jabs, if you have a jab and you have and you don't have forward +1 as a move in your move list, then holding forward with your jabs always adds a little bit of range. So you should always get into the habit of doing that. It doesn't add any frames. It still comes out 10 frames, but it adds a tiny bit of range. So you should always, they call that lead jabs. You should always do that. So this is a pretty fucking, this is a pretty cheap move. And once again, notice the animation when he gets hit, he's holding his face. That's the tell. Good frames on hit. There's that kick. No. What about that low? Whoa, juggle starting counter hit low. Alright. Is that natural? No, that's not natural. The low is not natural. What about on counter? Alright, it is a counter combo. And he has a second one. Oh boy. High, low, high. Okay, that doesn't work. Oh. Okay. Let's see what it is on block. Forward 2-4 is -13 on block, according to this. So Kazuya will launch it. Doesn't know how many plus frames it is, though. While standing 3-3, assuming that's 13 frames or something. But this while standing 1 looks like it should be 13 frames. I don't know, maybe it's not. Right? But it's not punishing that. Well, the while standing 3-3 punishes, so what happens if I do the full string? I don't know. Oh, it's 4. Boom, boom. What? Fuck it. Do it, damn it, do it. There you go. Mash it. Oh, boy. Oh, this is legit. That high makes it safe on block. That I can't do a while standing 4 on that high. And it spins me. Alright, so you have to stay ducking. Oh, yeah. So, a lot of new players, when you look through strings, they like to abuse shit like that. So the thing about it is, like, while that seems cheap, that, oh, you can't block punish the low, newer players that are just mashing are probably going to do the whole string. They're going to do the whole string, probably. So when you know that, you could easily get a duck into punish. Easy. All fucking day. All day. You know, whatever it is. Whatever it is. You can do it all. Alright? So keep that in mind. Of course, I'm sure you can low parry also. You know, if you don't want to even like try to see if they're gonna do the, if you don't want to even see if they're gonna do the, you know, if you want to just block, I'm getting all tongue twisted. Rewind. If you don't even want to get to the point to see if they do the third hit, just low parry the second hit. And the reason low parry might be low risk is because his only other option out of it is forward 2-3, which is also a high, right? Yeah, see? So if I were to hit low parry, I was... Oh, that jails? Oh, that jails! Never mind. Yeah, so there is still no risk in low parry. I was going to say, if this didn't jail, like to show you what I'm talking about. Right? If it was a situation where it didn't jail, this is what it would have looked like if you hit down forward. See? That's me hitting low parry. Either way it goes, it jails, so... What that means is I cannot duck the second high when I block the first high, right? But the thing about this is, according to RB Norway, this is -12, right? There you go. So you can punish it with the same move. So it jails, but it's unsafe. Interesting. What do we have going on? Holding forward extends hitboxes? Yes, num. Forward 244 is the best screw attack I found. Interesting. What's up, Landonio? Landonio's a weird trolly motherfucker, but he seems like an alright guy. Slim Fang DLC. Bob's Big Bone. Okay. Fang's is Big Bone. Okay. Alright, cool. Back to the action. So that's how this string works. Forward 2, 3. Oh, wait. We got something else going on here. We have something else. Forward 2, 4. Down forward. Oh, yeah. Alright, if you needed a good reason to low parry the low, that's it right there. He could go into that shit. So now we gotta see how the frames are when he goes into that shit on hits. There's one good way to test this. I'll just do the slowest move. Right? Okay, so. Yeah. Ugh, I cancel into standing. There we go. That looked seamless. I think that just naturally tracks in that direction. Yeah, it looks like it does. Okay, so it's not really giving him enough frames to really do... If I were to guess, that would be a juggle thing. It seems gimmicky on hit. Let's see the fast shit. Yeah, see? Yeah. So you should go right. So the thing here is you gotta respect the standing 3 into that, but that low into that, not so much. What about forward 2 by itself? It's -8. So you can't really use it as a counter hit bait. Not a great one at least, because you're putting yourself at -8. So you throw this out a couple of times back to back, you're gonna get hit with the slowest shit ever. And then you go, oh, let me go low now, and you get counter hit. Nah, that's not great at all. At least I don't think so. Tracks fairly well to his right, looks like. So you can't just sidestep it. You have to side walk if you want to make them both whiff. Of course, if you were to sidestep that. Yeah, okay, so that's just linear. So you can just sidewalk right every time, and then you'll get his rear, and you do whatever the fuck you want to do with his rear. So that if you're gonna sidestep that move, go right for consistency. All right, next we got forward 3 tech jump. This is one I looked at before. 21 frames to start him. So this gave him a counter hit knockdown, right? For a free low, probably. You know, whatever it is. Oh, that picked him up. No, not quite. He doesn't have a regular while standing 4 for that. He might get a full juggle out of that. Maybe not. Forward 3. It's a low crush. That is -5 on block, +6 on hit. +6. Yeah, well, it's at least plus, it's at least +6 there. Because it beat, hopkick beat my jack clean. And I don't know if his hopkick crushes highs up close. Let's see, it says -5 on block, so jab, and then I'll exchange with a hop kick, right? Yep, see? It doesn't crush. We exchanged. So yeah, -5 on block. Which might as well be, well, I was about to say might as well be -8 for him, but not really. That looks like it should track to his left. Oh, I'm doing it backwards. Stupid. Here we go. Okay, it doesn't. Oh, but for some reason it tracks in the way it looks like it shouldn't track. So it tracks Shaheen's step left, but not walk. It doesn't track to this right at all. So go right for that. And of course it's a check jump, so if you interrupt it, you get a juggle. And what's the startup on that again? 21 frames. It is pretty slow. Okay. I don't know how early this crush is. Okay, well there you go. When he's at +8, it crushes crouch jab. That doesn't really mean much, but alright, so that's forward 3. Forward +4. 15 frames to start up, -2. It doesn't say the frame advantage on hit, on counter hit, sorry. On regular hit, actually. On counter hit, it gives screw. Okay, so it's a homing move with a counter hit juggle starter. Wait, 15 frame homing move? That's a high. But it's -2 on block? Holy shit, this is pretty good actually then. And the range. 1 backdash, 1.5. Okay, so about 1 backdash. The range is alright. It's a little high angle. Forward 4. So yeah, -2 on block. This is a very good homing move. Yeah, this is a very fucking good homing move. Very good one. One of the best. Maybe not. Well, when I say one of the best, maybe like at the bottom of the top 10 of homing moves in this game. There's a lot of really good homing moves, but this is especially good. -2? It's fucking good. It does a spin, right? No, it doesn't do a spin on hit. Alright, so we gotta test the frames on hit. Let's test +6. Or +5. Okay, not quite. Let's test +3. Okay, at least +1. I was about to say. Oh, wrong thing. Okay, at least +2. Yeah, there it goes. +2. +2 on hit, regular hit. -2 on block. Juggle starter on counter hit. That's a really good homing move. I mean, I figured it had to have some sort of downside, and +2 isn't much. But still, it's good enough, you know? Don't gotta get greedy. Especially when you have an 11 frame counter hit high with a lot of range. So you go this on hit into this is a frame trap to start a juggle on counter hit. So that's good enough. It's as good as it has to be. That's forward 4. What's going on in the chat here? Stream funded head and shoulders. Only the best for my hair, man. Rip off effects up forward 3 or Oscar's up forward 3. Mainly Oscar. Oh, you're talking about that hopping little mid shit? Josie Bot did a great video for Josie. The tubes. Aris did do Chiba Marines. I have not done Josie yet. Aris did Josie. So I'm actually trying to avoid doing what Aris is doing because he has so many more viewers than me. I got 27 right now, so it's like, why am I, you know, I will do them eventually, but like, why do them now when Aris just did it? Aris is also constantly playing Josie, so you could get your tips from him. I do feel like I got to look at her sort of soon though, because I'm getting fucked up by her strings. I'm not losing that often, but when I get hit, it's typically because I don't know when her strings end. So it's that kind of shit. Let's see what else we got. Shaheen is one clean character. I agree. Thanks for the tip. Josie Bot has everything I'm looking for to beat her. Okay, there you go. I can already buy 2. Wow, I hope I can buy more than 2 with 20 bucks. Maddie is not welcome at the BGC sanctioned tournaments. What's BGC again? Oh, beard. Yeah, my beard sucks. I will never understand frame data, but I know when something is safe and what is not safe. Well, Elite Johnson, what is it about frame data you don't understand? Like, you know, it's pretty straightforward, right? Like frame data, like if a move is X amount of frames, right? Like this forward 2 is 12 frames, like I just explained, for that last counter setup. That's a 12 frame move, right? In a neutral situation, General, which is to say when we're both just fucking standing here doing nothing, nothing's going on, the fastest move ball spot. Okay, I got it. I do have some ball spots underneath because I have some surgical scars. But anyway, back to the matter at hand here. Fastest move in a neutral situation is gonna be 10 frames outside of like 3 instances, maybe 2, which is like Yoshimitsu's flash. And fucking Ling Xiaoyu has a stupid move where she slaps you in the knee. That's faster than 10 frames. There might be like 1 or 2 more. I don't really know. In general, fastest move is 10 frames, and that's a jab. Everybody in the game except for Jack, when you press 1, left punch, square on the PS4, or X on the Xbox, this is always 10 frames except for Jack, right? And it's always +1 on block. Well, maybe not always. Most of the time, it's +1 on block for the most part, and really good on hit. So if it's +1 on block, right? So when he blocks this and I do it again, he's not going to be able to interrupt it because there's no such thing as a 9-frame move to interrupt. So he has to respect this as a move that can interrupt him when I'm at +1. That's what that means. Simple, right? So this forward 4 right here is +2 when I hit him. That means if I were to do this into this forward 2, actually, if I were to do this into this, if I were to do forward 2 into standing 4, forward 2, standing 4, right? Forward 2, which is forward plus triangle on PS4, forward plus Y on Xbox, right? That's a 12-frame move. Oh, sorry, I got it wrong. Hold on. Rewind. Whoop. Forward plus 4, sorry. That's +2 on hit. Forward plus circle on PS4, forward plus B on Xbox, right? That's +2. Then this 11-frame move, which is the standing 4, will not be interrupted. If he tries to jab me, if I hit him with this and he were to try to jab me, this would happen. And then I would get a juggle because it countered. You follow? It's basic arithmetic. It's a little weird, but basically, when you're at frame disadvantage, it means that if you were to try to input a move, right when you're at disadvantage, your move will come out that much slower. If you're at -5, when you press a button, your move's going to come out 5 frames slower. That's what it means. It does not mean the same vice versa. If I'm +1, my move does not come out in 9 frames. Your move comes out slower. My move will come out at the same speed. And if you put me at disadvantage, my move will come out slower. Your moves will always come out the same speed. That's how frame matches works. Glad you got it. It's a lot to take in. I get it. And there's a lot of fucking frame data in Tekken, but when you play for a while, you start to realize a few things, like the jab thing I just told you about. A lot of characters have a 13 or 14 frame mid poke. This is 13 for Shaheen. You start to notice a lot of like the homogenization of Tekken, and once you start to see that, you can learn at a much more rapid pace. It just takes a while to get there. Like, I'm still not there, and I've been playing these fucking games for years. That's my own fault, though. Which we're here to remedy right now by doing these little character run-throughs, right? So, I left off at, what was it? No, forward 3. Forward 4 is where I left off at. Really good high homing move, right? So, 4 plus 3 plus 4, this tech jumps, apparently. Oh, this is that shit that he ends juggles with, isn't it? Slams him down. I think so. And this goes into the stance. There it is, and then you can do whatever. According to this, it's only +1, but it forces crouch on normal hit. It is -11 on block though, so it's unsafe. I don't know. It looks like if. Well, let me see. Okay, it doesn't look like it forces crouch on block. Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, so -11. He's blocking my 12 frame move, see? But my 11 frame move is punishing. So, -11. On hit, I gotta test the +1 on hit. I'll do a 12 frame move after. Assuming his while standing 4 is 11 frames. Yep. So that is indeed only +1. Force crouch, though. Forces crouch. What does force crouch mean, in case you don't know? It means that when this hits me, I'm recovering in a crouching state. So if the fastest input I could do, it will be a while standing move. What is a while standing move, in case you don't know? When you go from crouching to standing, you have unique moves. This is while standing 4. That's while standing 2. This is while standing 3. And that's while standing 1. WS1, WS2, 3, 4, right? And the situation those are important is when you duck highs, you duck a high, you come up with a while standing launcher, right? Or if you block a low, the only thing you're going to be able to instantly punish with is a while standing move. Or in some cases, like Shaheen has a hopkick, you go right into up forward moves too. So up forward 3, up forward 4, you can do all that instantly from crouching. So that's what that means. And also when you're in a situation like where you force crouch, you can only sidestep towards the background instantly. So for example, if I were to hit and do that forward 2 right after, this is actually really good when he's on the 2-player side, because I can only go towards the background, which forward 2 tracks. You cannot sidestep forward 2 in that direction. But if we were to switch sides, if I can find a way to do that right now, all of a sudden he hits me. I'm going right now because the background is my right, and I'm sidestepping that shit totally fine. Why does this matter? That's why it matters. So when you're in a situation where you force the opponent to crouch at a certain advantage, you need to consider what your tracking moves are, because they will have the option to sidestep towards the background, unless it's a heavy frame advantage, like Dragnar's back +1/+2, that double axe handle to the dome. That shit is like +6 or something. So that's way too good. You're probably not gonna be able to sidestep much. So 4 plus 3 plus 4. The one thing left to tech is how good is the cancel, right? Yeah, it seems like when he goes right into the stance, he's at better frame advantage. It looks like that. +12? Wait a second. Does that cancel? That cancel goes into while standing. Let me see something here. That's right. Apparently I could get +12 out of this. I should be able to combo this. this. It comboed. So, forward plus 3 plus 4 on hit, and then you go into the down forward stance, and then you cancel the stance. If you could do all that with no frames wasted, you're at least plus 11. This is saying you're at plus 12 at best. That's pretty good. As a matter of fact, if I were to guess, this actually might cause, as a juggle ender, this might mean that you could get some pretty cheap shit if he recovers that fast. No, actually, it's not that he recovers that fast. It's that he's forcing you into that recovery. So that doesn't really matter. So what is that like on block? I mean, I don't think it's going to be anything special on block. This is going to be hard to record. This is a really awkward input. Why am I not getting it? Oh, I'm an idiot. I know why. Yeah, so on block, you don't gotta respect this shit. At all. On hit, though, you definitely do. Even if I don't get that combo, I ain't going anywhere. Yeah. So this is one of those transitions, just like the standing 3 transition. You gotta respect it on hit. Alright, let's see the tracking on that move. It is negative 11 though. What's going on in chat? Addition to subtraction. I understand now. How do you beat a +1 jab? Naranagi, I told you this already. I'll go over in a second. Frames make so much sense after a while. Yes, or low crush. Sorry if you mean on hit, Naranagi. Yes, duck or block, you go for low crush. Naranagi, you said a +1 jab. That means a jab on block. How do you beat a +1 jab on block? You do everything except try to interrupt it. The only thing that +1, me being at +1, would give me if you were to block this is the ability to interrupt you unless you crush. If you can backdash, which maybe not up close, but if I catch you at the tip, you could backdash. You could sidestep. You could duck. You could, like I said, crush. You could counter if you have that as an option. You could do everything except try to interrupt me. So you're not that as limited as you seem to be thinking. It's just that you're afraid, right? And also because, think about this for a second. A jab coming out 10 frames and then you blocking it, bop, that's that, and then bam, you have to react. You're probably going to react, until you get used to the game, you're going to react too slow. So you're going to be like, you're going to get, the opponent's going to do something like this, it's a hopkick, right? And then you're going to go for a 13 frame mid, and then you're going to be, the hopkick's going to beat you out, and you're like, what the fuck? You were too slow, probably. That's a thing that happens, still happens to me to this day. Because you just reacted to this situation, and that's kind of hard to do, especially if your opponent does it like semi-irregularly. If I'm doing this all day long, it becomes much easier to react to being at -1. But it was just like dash up this and then back dash. Every once in a while, move around, low poke, and then all of a sudden, and then oh boom, you get counter hit. You know, that's just how it goes. You have to react real fast. The snap of a finger, drop of a hat. Will you going to play ranked or something? Will I going to play ranked or something? I don't plan on it today. I'm just going through Shaheen right now. This is a robots game. I don't know about that. Alright, so I was gonna test this tracking, right? Let me go faster than that. Yeah, so no real tracking at all, and it's a big whiff. So if this whiffs, you're gonna ooh, wow. Let it whiff, and then eat a launcher. If you sidestep this move, let the whole thing whiff before you press the button. If you press the button too early, you might get clipped. Depending on how slow the move is. See? I got clipped there. See, I tried to sidestep to a hockey, that's what happens. So let the whole thing whiff, and then go for the launcher. And then you're gonna get a weird, this is why you need to learn your juggles in odd angles like this. Because you'll see this kind of situations happen when you sidestep or sidewalk and you punish. So you gotta learn your off-axis juggles. which is typically, it's going to be weaker juggles but easy to do juggles. You know, that's typically how that goes. So that's forward plus 3 plus 4, right? Now we got the down forward one. I already tested that, but according to this, they're saying it's -1. Pretty good. Yep, -1. Good. Dragunov's version is -2. And Cats is also... No, I think Cats is -3. So he gets down forward one like Elise. Down forward 2, 15 frame. Oh, he has the generic down forward too. I get to go over this again. So he has the Brian? No, not Brian. He has the Law and Paul tier of down forward 2s. A lot of characters have down forward 2 launchers like this. When I say the Brian and Law tier, assuming that this is correct here, it's safe. Safe down forward 2. But Manny, why is it safe? Because it does not launch crouches on normal hit. So this is just a safe on block with punish attempt, or just something that you throw out on occasion, and if you interrupt the move, that's fine. But it does launch a counter hit, crouching, see? So down forward 2s, really good moves. There's other versions, like the Mashimas. If they fuck up their electric, they get a counter hit mid-launcher. Theirs do not launch on normal hit. Theirs on normal hit do this, do that animation. But on counter hit, they'll launch. Kazuya does not have that. It's only like Heihachi and Double Jin and regular Jin that have that. Now 4-2 is pretty good, man. -7 according to this. Do I really need to test that? I don't think I need to test that. That's probably true because that's one of those semi-generic moves. I'll test at least if hopkick beats jabs. Oops. Yeah, see, that's all I gotta see. It's at least -6. It's probably -7 is probably right. Alright, down forward 3, 17 frames to start up, -9. Just a mid-homing move. Causes a spin on normal and on counter hit. Of course, when you see that spin, that means wall splat. Ooh. Yep, there it is. So a nice high homing move to go, a nice mid homing move to go with this high homing move. A little bit slower. I'm gonna turn on my air conditioner because it's hot as a motherfucker. All right. Yeah, it's safe. That's all I gotta see. Yeah, you can see that's a -9. Look how much earlier he recovers than me. So yeah, that's heavy negative. Good enough for me. Next, we got down forward +4. 14 frames to start up. -9 on block. +2 on hit. Nothing about counter hit. So that's just standard long range mid poke. Really good range on this. 1, 2. All right. Wow, right through the hand, huh? Interesting. 1, 2. Yeah. So I guess his hitbox starts at his wrist, his hurt box. Actually, put stand guard back. Push back. So Claudio has something like this, I noticed. You see this pushback? -9 with pushback. What about if you block it from one backdash away? More pushback. More pushback. More pushback. So even though this is -9, which I'll test if it's at least safe. Actually, I'll do this. Okay. Oh. Okay, no tracking on this, right? So when I see this, you know what I'm thinking right now with this kind of pushback? Barely caught him with the down forward one. What's the down forward one? Okay. Can't quite escape it. I have enough range so he can't backdash. Let me make sure. The backdash makes the 1-2 if, but my down forward one has enough range. Unless I'm like not point blank when I block it. You see? Yeah. So this is something that is gonna be a matchup dependent thing. And even when it's not, as you see here, the angle matters. Like if I'm a little off here, see? Even though at point blank. Remember what I talked about, 3D hurt boxes. So, if you were to sidestep left and do this shit, right? Let me see if I can set this up. Right? Yeah. Because I'm turning with him. Alright. But you get the idea. In the neutral situation, if you get yourself a little off axis, that kind of shit in this specific matchup, or you could have them block it from range, you could easily set up a whiff punishment with this kind of move. The big risk is that it's actually very linear. So, and that's a pretty big whiff. Yeah, I could like easily all day long wait for that shit to whiff. Yeah, that's a big whiff. But it is hard to whiff punish from distance. So no, I gotta do it fast. Sure, okay. Okay. So, maybe hard is pushing it, but it could be a bit tricky to whip punch for distance, especially if you don't have the range of a Shaheen up 4-4. Like, Shaheen has really good range on his launcher. Not every character's gonna have that kind of range to really just easily whiff punish that shit like that. So, this, depending on the matchup, against certain characters, I might abuse that way more than other characters. Like, I probably wouldn't abuse that against Mishimas. Because they're dancing from this range, and then all of a sudden, you throw one of those out, Doria, you're gonna get hit by fucking electric. So I wouldn't abuse that against Mishimas, but against maybe Lucky Chloe? Against maybe, not Dragunov, not Jin. Having troubles coming up with ideas. Maybe Feng? Because Feng's forward 3 is really slow, and he can't use it as a whiff punish for that. It's too slow. It would just say, if he catches you with that as a whiff punish, it would have been he committed to doing it before you threw out the down 4-4. As a read, not as a reaction. You'd eat a shoulder maybe from Feng. So that's why I think Feng, maybe Paul. That kind of stuff. Alright, let me look at chat up in here. Says Brian-in-law corrects himself, and then says Brian. Oh, really, Pikatatsu? I did that. Yeah, I'm a bit scatterbrained. Sorry. It's supposed to be 9 degrees tomorrow. We got wrecked. I'll live with it. Hey, Manny, I remember you from Juice's chat. I have a question. How do you deal with people constantly pressing buttons on you and making you block? RB data for Josie is incomplete, so I'm kind of at a loss to figuring out how to counterplay against Josie. Well, Well, what character are you using, Sub-Zero? Oh, hey, Drinkinator got a good link for you. Cool. Yeah, where is both language and the videos? Okay. While standing 4 from Feng. Oh, you're using Feng? Feng is a tricky motherfucker, so I'm actually like kind of unfamiliar with his frames, but I know Feng is very evasive, and he has a lot of defensive options built into his toolkit. So if you're getting rushed down by like Josie, it's actually probably going to be a lot of kicks, so up forward +2 might not be as good, but up forward +2 is still in general a good move because he automatically sidesteps left. That's that move where he like does a little quick parry and then he sidesteps to his left and does like a mid punch. Very good move, especially if you sidestep into it, or if you could just do it instantly if you block something that's not like heavy disadvantage. Feng has a lot of high crush. He has a backswing blow. I think it's back forward 1 or back forward 2, where he like leans back and then he goes back forward and does like a palm thrust. That's a pretty good move, evasive move. I'm basically telling you to use a lot of the shit that you probably shouldn't be using as a new player to deal with Josie. So that's this Feng's specific shit, right? All the crushing and the evasive moves and shit. How do you do it in the Tekken, the solid way? Is gonna be learn when to sidestep. Learn when it's okay to sidestep. When is it okay to sidestep? You look through her frame data. Look at the moves that are hitting you. What are the moves that are hitting you? What are they on block? What are they on hit? Right? If she's easily able to put herself in a situation where she's like at +5, right, and putting you at -5, be careful with your sidestepping, unless it's a slow move that she's following it up with. If she's putting you at worse than -5, definitely don't sidestep. If she's only putting you at like -4, 3, or 2, especially 3, 2, or 1, -3, 2, or -1, you could fucking move around all day. You could sidestep. You could sidestep unless she's doing tracking moves. Sidestep, learn when to duck, you know, and then learn when to use all that Feng specific shit to blow her up. You don't know when to sidestep. Look for, like I said, if she's putting you at disadvantage, look for when you're at -1, -2, and -3. If she puts you at worse disadvantage, look if there's any pushback. You can always attempt a safe backdash. Always. If you're unsure of something, back is always safe. Right? Like, what's he gonna do after a jab? I don't know. Let me double tap back. I could block. Double tap back. You can let go now. This is the new easy mode second. You don't have to hold back. It hit me. I can still double tap. It hit me. Look, he's at +8 when that hits me. I can still backdash. You can still backdash. You can always backdash. So if you notice there's like a string that's pushing you back more and more, try a backdash. Maybe one of the hits the string will whiff all of a sudden, and that could be your opening. That happens a lot with Jin, his 2-1-4, because 2-1 by itself pushes back. So if he does like 2-1 and then 2-1-4 in certain instances, depending on your character too, you could probably backdash. How good are poking type characters against Wi-Fi users? Not very good. Fortunately, if you're playing Shaheen, you could party animal, and you can let go fucking mash up 4-4, right? Try sidestepping her legs. Alright, Sub-Zero, if you don't know which way to sidestep a move, find the move out, record a stand jab, and then do the move. I don't know which way this tracks, so I'm gonna record this into this. Mash it so you're not delaying it. So then I'm gonna block the jab and test my sidestep. I can't sidestep this way. It's hitting me every time. Keep in mind you can sidestep early. Test it multiple times. Be 100% sure. Test it with various timings on your input. You could buffer the sidestep input earlier than you think. Like, I'm still in block animation when I'm tapping down. Now I'm gonna tap up. Oh, it doesn't track that way. It doesn't track that way. I'm at -1 because I'm blocking that jab and it's not tracking this way. So what's the next step? Launch. Or just jabs. You don't have to get greedy. Start with the fast move. So, you're fighting against a Shaheen player doing this all day? You know what to do now. Right? Simple. OD work for one move? Naranagi, grow up. Grow the fuck up. What do you think this shit is? This is the big boy game. Now you know, and knowing is half the battle. You gotta go through the moves yourself and find what moves you can step, block, or punish. Yes, You don't have to go through every single move in the game. You will get there eventually, so long as you're having fun playing Tekken. You will naturally get there eventually, so long as you're having fun and you're learning at your pace. Just make sure you're learning the right way. If a move is fucking you up, unfortunately there's no more record option, but try to remember that move. He's spamming that fucking move, right? I don't know what the input is, but I know how that move looks like. Go into training mode. You don't even need to know how to input the move. You could fucking watch through each move on the lists until you find that move that was fucking you up. And then when you find that move that's fucking you up, the next thing to check is that the start of a string? Look through the move list. Is it the start of a string? Because usually it'll list something separate. See? It lists this by itself, right? It'll list this by itself, and then you go into that, and then it'll list this by itself, even though it's part of the same string. All that starts with the forward 2. That's why these move lists are bloated. There's 3 extensions of one string. Forward 2 into follow-ups. That's forward 2 3, forward 2 4 into down forward, and forward 2 4 4. And forward 2 4 by itself would be another option in this case. You know? Same thing, look, it's listing this twice. Forward plus speed plus 4, 4 plus speed plus 4 into his stance. So all you gotta know is what does that stance do? Stealth step. You'll see in the move list, stealth step into fucking whatever, right? Stealth step 1, stealth step 2, where is it? Stealth step. During stealth step, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1 plus 2. So now you know every time you see this leads into stealth step, he can do those 5 moves. What do those 5 moves do? He could go to stealth step naturally too in the neutral, down forward. Apparently, I didn't even know that. Now I know. You should naturally be learning your way through this stuff. You don't have to go through, like, I'm doing this now because I've been playing Tekken long enough that I'm not going to retain this information either, by the way. I'm going to have to look at my own archives. But I'm going through this now so I get a general idea, and then maybe when I'm in the middle of a match, a lot of this shit's still going to fuck me up. I'm not going to know what to do, but then I'll remember in the back of my mind, oh, that was this move, maybe maybe it was like negative this much, or maybe it just wasn't a big deal, and I'm overreacting. And then if it still fucks me up, I'll at least remember that move, and I'll come back to this video and see what I found out during my research for this move, and then that's it. Maybe I should make a text file, too, for my own personal purposes. But you get the idea. Get good. That's the short of it. Is OD like OP? No, OD is like overdoing it. He's saying it's too much work, is what he's saying. Yeah, exactly. You want to beat the moves he keeps beating you with. Exactly. Can you challenge stance changes? That depends on the move that goes into the stance change. Typically on block you can, but not always. Like Kazumi's knee into her stance to fly, you cannot interrupt any of those moves. You have to sidestep. Depends on the stance. Most of the time, if you block the stance transition, you're good. Most of the time, not always. Not always. Yeah, fucks me up too, but you could block the string and she's spamming it, but it's hard. Yes, do the tech stuff. I'm not even doing the test stuff, which I should be doing. If you block the low from 1, 2, 4, you can punish it. Yeah, see that kind of stuff. What Exilis is saying. Not always, but sometimes yes. Just don't get too intimidated. Remember, if a string goes into a low, you should also test if you can low parry it. Then you don't have to worry about block punishing because the punishment for low parry is always the same. It's a juggle. You cannot always low parry those strings into lows. Like I can't think of a good example right now, but there are strings into lows that you cannot low parry that you have to block. So you have to use this record option right here. I'm pointing at my monitor. That's right under this camera. You have to use this record option right here and test that shit. Test it one at a time. Don't test like a whole move list like I'm doing now. I'm doing this to upload to a YouTube and to have a stream archive, or you could always come back and look at it. You're gonna only overwhelm yourself. Take it one step at a time, man. I'm holding up 2 fingers, so it's 2. One step at a time, man. YOLO hopkick is always nice, if you can. You don't always have the option of low crush midstream. On a second. Taking care of something on the side here real quick. Awesome, you got a swig of water. All this talking, getting all parched in the throat. So I was looking at down 4 plus 4, right? Oh yeah, so down 4 plus 4 seems like it's a good matchup specific thing. And like I said, if you're a Claudio player, I noticed his down forward 4 is pretty fucking similar. It also pushes back on block and on hit, so you could use this to set up whiff punishes. Just know that they're pretty bad on whiff. -9 on block with a lot of pushback. but pretty bad on width. So next we got what do we got? Down +2, -6 on block. It doesn't say the frame data on hit though. This looks like this looks exactly like Lee's down 2. Except Lee's down 2 looks maybe a little bit more like an elbow, I guess. This is more like a gut punch. Katarina has a similar animation too, but hers does a stance transition. So according to this, this is -6 on block. Okay, nothing special on counter hit. If I were to guess, this might have some decent tracking because it's slow. Yeah, I had a feeling. Alright. But it's one of those moves you want to sidestep away from. But it is slow, so I bet you I can sidestep block. Yeah, see? Sidestep blocking, baby. Never forget, step block. Sidestep into back. Really good for slow stuff that tracks. That's why, like, when I talk about homie moves, when you see homie moves that are like maybe 16 frames, but definitely like 17 frames or slower, I don't see them as a big deal unless they're lows, which is not really a thing. Like, low homie moves are like those slow-ass sweeps, typically. But you can always sidestep into block. That doesn't make them useless, because it takes away the option to sidestep into a button instantly if you have a read. Like right now, this would hit me if I were to sidestep into any button, pretty much. See? Either way it goes, this does not track right at all. Right. Oh. Yeah, so it does not track right, or to his left, I should say. It does not track left. My right, because I'm the one sidestepping. What's the block? Okay, so it says -16. I have a 16 frame move. Doesn't look like I have a 16 frame move. I got a 17 frame move, right? Down forward 3. Homie move. Okay, so it beats that. So it beats 17 frames, and then 15 frames is hopkick. Yeah, so it is -6. Wait. Down 2. Yeah, so -16 is right. If my 15 frame move beats him clean, but he beats my 17 frame move clean, that means 16 frames would exchange. Easy. Easy math. See? 15 frame beats. 15 frame beats. Okay, so that's -6. But there's no frame data on a hit. So let's try +7. Oops. Okay. This is very good on hit. What's a slower move? Down 19 frames. If that's true, that's 19 frames. +8. This is +8 on regular hit. So the interesting thing about this animation, how he moves back. Let's see if this is still like this. Because Marduk had something like this. You see how far back I move? If I were to like go neutral, you move really far back. But if I were to hold back, you cancel that and you're standing. But the thing is, now they have this back walk, so you actually make a lot of space really fast. So maybe it's not as big a deal. Before you had that back shuffle step, so you would actually shorten the distance if you were hit. It's not a big deal. Either way it goes, +8. So this is fucking really sweet on hit. I don't think it's that important of a move though. If I were to guess, it's more of a juggle tool. Like how much damage does it do? 18 damage. So maybe that's like a post tailspin move. Maybe you'll get some floating out of it. Yeah, see that float? That's a good float. That's the kind of float that would set up Oki, because you fall face down, feet towards. But they could tech that, so that matters too. If you can follow that up, with a spike or something. Like if you could put him into that float like that and then spike them, he turned around. That shit looks so glitchy. He was face down and then he spiked face up. Doesn't look like there's any extensions off of that. Alright, so now we go to his lows. We got a high crushing low that's large punishable on block and negative on hit. So this looks like the generic, frame-wise, this is the generic full crouch down 3. It's similar to that. Negative 16 on block. Negative 3 on hit. Probably the same thing on counter hit. Yeah, probably the same thing on counter hit. And they usually track very well, even though they're that slow. 16 frame starter, so it's not that slow. And you recover crouching for these, but these always track well, as you can see. Can't track. I notice lows generally have really good tracking, like better tracking than mids. And then on block, yeah, 50 frame hop kick. I'm assuming that's 15 frames too. So that's how that goes. Oh, but he has the unique ability to go into his stance, so that could change things. Yeah, he's at plus. If he hits you, he's at plus. Huh. Interesting. On block, that still sucks though. It's not punished. Okay, so good. That looks like the fastest option. And unless I could cancel it and do the while standing before. No. Oh man, this is weird. Because he recovers so slow off of it. What the hell was that? There it is. I hit the wrong button though. Man, I just did it. Okay. So that jab is definitely faster than this. So if you block it, even if he does that transition, if you block it, it's no big deal. But if he hits you, then that transition means his options are scary. Maybe scary's pushing it. Might as well touch the slow shit, right? Okay. Oh, can't sidestep it off of the low. Good shit. And I think you need to get a good sidestep to avoid the sweep. So that means that you can't really OS this. Because I'm able to sidewalk the slide rather, off of that stance. But I'm unable to step it, it looks like. And if I can't step this at all, that means I have to respect it as a 50-50 when that low connects. That's kind of cheap. But that mid is unsafe. Okay, not launched unsafe, but... yeah, negative 13 on that. Anything in the chat? Let's see. So that low on hit could be pretty dang good. Let's see what I got here. Yellow hop kick. I see you pointing. I need to start hop kicking. Thank you, fellas. I'll go lab now. Have fun. For a 1-2-4, you can jab through her 3. Oh, it's Josie. Standing jab. Learning a new character is gonna be so much homework. Oh boy. Well, I mean, when you're learning a new character, start with the simple shit. Like you know, I made this video with Tag 2 before this game came out, like a year ago or months ago, before my video card got crazy on me. Talking about how do you learn Tekken offense the simple way, right? It's in my YouTube channel, which is down below. And if you check that video out, it's me taking a half hour to explain something that should have only taken me 5 minutes. You want to look for your character's primary pokes, and you want to see how those pokes work with that character's jab, right? So Shaheen here, I could already tell. We just found out this is a good low poke, sort of good, right? You can still get launched no matter what, so it's okay. I'm pretty sure when I get to this move, it's going to be a good low poke. So we found one good low poke, one okay kind of gimmicky low poke, right? But its crush is high, so it's okay. We know he has this down forward 1, 13 frame mid poke, right? And then we that combined with jab. I know this tracks. Does the other low track? It do. It tracks step. It tracks walk in that direction. At least against Shaheen. We verified Shaheen's kind of a wide motherfucker, right? I have that information. I know at least in the Shaheen matchup, this tracks to one side, this tracks to both sides, and he can't sidewalk it. And this tracks relatively well. It tracks step, not walk to like one side of it, right? So now, in the beginning of the match, I know I can go this into this, I can go this into this, and I go this into this. If they block this and I go into this, the only thing that's going to interrupt this on block into this is a jab, a fast move, right? If they actually, it will only be a high also, unless it's flash from Yoshimitsu or Zhao Yu's stupid slap to the leg, right? So the moment they jab after this, I'll do into down and I'll go into that stance. I'll crush the jab, I'll go into the stance, and we already verified that the stance has to be at least well, definitely has to be respected if that low hits you, right? And then you do the fucking stance options. So there, I get some free pressure basically, right? We go further. I can just go this into this a couple of times. And look at that on hit, this sequence, I'm back here. I don't even need to use the frame advantage. That could be -1 or 2. It won't matter. This back here, the moment they press something, they're gonna get fucking hop kicked. And I have a hop kick. I know I have a hop kick. That's kind of all I need to start with this character. That's what? 1 move, 2 moves into a stance, 3 moves, 4 move, 5 move, and then throws. I mean, do you need anything else? And then you learn your juggle off of this. Learn your juggle off of this. It's probably gonna be the same juggle if I were to guess. Yeah, it's probably gonna be the same juggle. And then you can start playing Shaheen. Also, learn your juggle off of this. This too, maybe. Even then, you don't. Check this out. You don't even need to learn this juggle when you're starting. If you want to keep it simple, you block a low that's -15. Hop kick, same juggle, same juggle, man, same juggle. Oh yeah, and you're gonna need while standing 4 probably to block and punish a lot of lows, and maybe a low parry juggle. And then you build up you get used to those moves, and you build up from there. You expand, you work this in. I already told you how. You look back at this video. How do you work this move in? I already explained it earlier in the video. How would you work in your 12 frame Punisher, right? How does this work? This 12 frame Punisher. I explained this earlier in the video. It was like what, +8, +9, whatever. You can't sidestep. You get a true 50-50 after this, and that's also your 12 frame Punisher. How do you work in 4-1? I explained it earlier in the video. You come back to my video, you'll see. 4-1 is your magic 4. 4-3, 4-4. You don't need to remember all that shit up front. Although I will say, use this early in your. So I would add this too, especially because of the range. And this, and this, and throw in a 1-2 jab, I guess. So yeah, keep it simple, man. Keep it simple. Lisa's gonna make me need to learn this while running. Kill me now. You sure she's gonna make you need to learn that? I mean, she has good while running stuff, but she's not quite dragging over her while running stuff, is she? Is that really a must learn for Elisa players? I bet you when I get to Elisa, I'll find a similar setup to what I just found with Shaheen. I I bet you I could use her. I know she has a high crushing low poke. I know she has some good mid pokes. I know she has one that leaves her in crouching. She could do some cool shit. She could play Tekken. Remember, play Tekken and then learn the character afterwards. Learn Tekken. Learn sidestep. Learn duck, launch. Learn instant while standing, whatever. Learn block punishment. Learn whiff punishment. Learn spacing. Learn pushback. Learn sidestep from distance. Learn hit confirming. Counter hit confirming, if you can. That's a little more later, though. You don't have to learn counter hit confirming up front. That takes a long time to, like, train up. So that was down 3 stuff, right? So down 3 on hit, we verified you gotta respect it. But when he goes into the stance, he still has to... Let me see if this works, actually. What happens if... Does that change anything? Yeah, it does. See, now if he cancels it into block, you can still punish it. That didn't punish. Yeah, that's actually fairly good. So you could actually make this safer by going into his stance off of it and then canceling the stance into block. You can make this safer on block. So just because I know this exists now, I'm going to be afraid to do anything crazier than a while standing 4. Against good Shaheens that like know this kind of stuff. Most Shaheens aren't gonna know this. They're gonna be like, even at the mid level, they're gonna follow that up, whether you block it or not. They're gonna try to fucking follow it up, so they just launch them for it. But he is able to turn a high crushing low poke into -11 on block. That's pretty fucking good. I don't know if he has 12 frame or 13 frame while standing move, but at least -11. Next, down +4. That's this shit. +1 on hit. Good. -12 on block. That's good too. -13 is where I was start getting scared. -12 is great. -11 would be preferred though, but can't have it all, right? Oh yeah. Yep, +1 on hit, confirmed. So now he has a low that puts him in the same situation that's a jab on block. So boom, 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 boom. Sequences, baby. Boom, boom, sidestep, boom. Boom, boom, dash, boom. Notice how it's pushing him back more and more, though. You need to familiarize yourself with when he's too far back. So you know that this low, every time it hits, it's gonna push him back. So you got to keep this in mind, because if I go into a sequence like this into this, and then they block this, then they block the jab, backdash, and then get hit by the low, they're probably going to be really way too far for me to press anything. So you got to be real careful before you go to autopilot with, like, I have that issue a lot. I go into autopilot during my poking. So you got to be mindful of your poking, this how much you're pushing them back. Keep in mind, every time you do a down 4, you're pushing them back about a 1 backdash away, maybe. Yeah, it's about a backdash away. Yep, about a backdash away. Every time. Every time you hit this, treat it as you're doing this. So this into this, might as well be this. And does that work from that distance? It doesn't. Hit him twice. Okay, so it's not quite as far. So you're at the tip of that, maybe, right? Like if I go back a little bit, all right. Yeah. So they only need to do 1 backdash to make that width, and if they have the range to punish that, they will. They might not. Not if they backdash away. If they sidestep though, they will punish the hell out of that probably, depending on the character. You follow, amigos? I Thanks for the info, bro. The only info on my mind as a Paul player is when the death fist and answer is always. Good choice. Yeah, you don't have to learn it for Elisa. Okay. Fuck, it's 4:30 a.m. Time passes so quickly during learning. Alright, so I'm guessing you're heading to bed. Take it easy. Watch the YouTube. Manny, Shaheen is so much like Lee. It's very similar to you. Well, he does have this. I told you about Lee's slide, right? Where are you, Russia? I'm currently residing where Shaheen is from. Very topical. Oh, Saudi Arabia? We got the Saudis. This game is popular in Saudi Arabia, isn't it? Like, them making Shaheen wasn't a mistake. They got, like, a big fan base over there, right? And they were like, oh, let's rep them over there. I know in the Philippines they have a big fan base. So, and go figure, now we got Josie, even though she had to be a fucking delete Bruce and put Josie in, so that sucks. But whatever. I want Bruce back, too. Just like most people. Josie's moveless is alright, but everything else about her is fucking lame. Except for the, I don't mind that so much, right? But the whole stupid, oh, I'm gonna do these crazy ass throws. I'm gonna like hold you on by your neck and elbow you on box style. But then I'm gonna cry about how badly I just fucked you up because I don't like fighting. That's some sociopath shit, dude. You can't trust girls like Josie. The most evil motherfuckers. So anyway, down 4. Pretty good move. Next is down back 2. Ooh. It's just a regular ass mid. This is another one of those that goes into his little stance here. And according to the data, -5 on block, +6 on hit, 14 frames of startup. This is looking similar. He's got a lot of similarities to, when it comes to the stance, that stance, he's got a lot of similarities to Katarina. Katarina has a 14 frame mid, a really good one that tracks well. That goes into her Harrier stance, the dash. What's the tracking on this? Let's see if he has good tracking like she does. Not quite. That's unfortunate. He has no tracking at all. If Shaheen is sidestepping and then nothing. By the way, I accidentally found it again, the jab whiff. You saw that? The jab whiff when I was standing still before. So I'm talking about that weird second shit. Alright. Does this have any counter hit properties? No. It's just a regular ass move. So I'm gonna guess that this is more for a juggle thing. But let's see. -5 on block. Is it true? Oh, whoa, wait. I found that out by accident. He does have a string. Oh, this is good. I forgot that he had something like this. So he's one of those with approaching mid, but not as good as the forward 2-1 of like a Lee or a King now. Stealing armor King forward 2-1. But this is one of those wall splat mid-high strings. Probably natural combo. Right? This is one of those that you're gonna wanna hold back. If you don't hold back, he's gonna get a free follow-up, right? Let's see. Quick back row. Yeah, see? You do the quick back row, you could avoid getting hit by a free follow-up, whatever it is for him. Right? You cannot always do that when you see that animation. Like Heihachi's while standing 1 into his other death fist palm thrust shit. That's always guaranteed if they execute it right. But for a lot of them, especially off of power hits like that, power strings, you can hold back and then you'll be safe from a free follow-up. So keep that in mind whenever you see that animation. Otherwise, you're going to get hit by stupid shit like that, I guess. And that is a natural combo. Yes, it is. Okay, so that's what that's about. Okay, so same thing on normal and counter. There's no frame data for this, though, is there? -9 on block. Interesting. So it's safe on block. You're going to have to duck and punish it. Oh, push back. It don't matter. This is going to be abusable against people who cannot duck, which includes a lot of mid-level players, believe it or not. Like lower mid-tier players. We're going to record. I already tested the tracking on the first hit, so that's the forward 2-1 of like a Lee, definitely Kings, or Armor Kings at least before, tracked very well. I don't know about Lee's, but the Armor King one did track well, so assuming that it's the same for King, his probably tracks well too, but this one obviously does not. But that second hit might, I have a feeling. Alright, well it does the step. If you just step, you gotta block the second hit. Okay, not quite. Only if you sidestep towards the move. And then you gotta duck and launch that shit for sure. You cannot sidestep, you have to duck. You cannot sidestep. Unless you sidestep the first thing. I'm saying you can't sidestep after the mid. So duck and launch that shit. So that's mainly a tool at the wall. This into the cancel, I would say it's only good for juggles if I were to guess. I want to use this in a neutral situation. Unless you want to gimmick somebody out. Alright, so that's down back to... down back 3. So this one is probably not a low poke even though he's leaning down. It's probably not a high crush even though he's leaning down. I would guess. But I will guess that from a range, maybe that might mean something. Right? Yeah. He kind of reaches out pretty far with that kick. Yeah. There it is again, the jab whip. Alright, so no tracking at all on this thing. He does have a follow-up. Is that a natural combo? That's a lot of damage. I didn't think so. Counter hit though. Yeah. Ooh, wow. That second kick is big damage. So this would be definitely probably the go-to post corkscrew wall carry. If I were to guess. Right? Like, you do a, reset. You know, you do a long ass combo, whatever it is, right? What's the fucking corkscrew? Right? And then you would do, just imagine I did a long ass combo instead of that and ended it with that string. That would send them flying into the wall. It is low-high, so I'm using it in a neutral. Keep that in mind. According to this, the low itself is awful on block. It's negative 16. The low doesn't have a way to cancel. And the 4, which is a high, which could be ducked, I'm guessing, is negative 13. Yeah, this is not a neutral situation move, really. Even if the low hits me. Yeah. It does break your auto guard though, so if you don't hold back, you're gonna get hit by the second hit. So hold back. See? Yep, 14 frames, no good. And it doesn't really push back either, so. What about that low by itself? Is it plus? Doesn't look like it. Ugh. Yeah, that low is awful on hit. Yeah, that's a juggle only thing. Don't use that shit outside of juggles. Trash. Amazing in juggles, trash in the neutral. And it has 20 frames of startup, so it's not even a good counter hit tool. Down back 4, 20 frames. Oh, he just goes right into the high. That's interesting. According to this, same frame data, negative 13, high, and it also has 20 frames to start up. Looks like it's a high crush though. Interesting. Let's see. Yeah. So it is a high crush, but it's still 13 frames, and it's still it is a high. So, I mean, I guess if you want to take that risk, I wouldn't. Next we got down back +1/+2. That's his unblockable. All right, whatever. No, I don't need to see more. Interesting knockdown though. You think you get a free follow-up? Maybe not. All right. Back +1. 19 frames to start up. Ooh, a nice little mid chop here. This is forced crouch, negative 11 forced crouch. No follow-ups. That has good range, it looks like. 1, 2. Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I didn't get a backdash. 1, 2, 3. Okay, definitely not. 1, 2. Cancel. Nope. So 2 backdashes, you have to tip, basically. Interesting. 1, 2. Ugh. 1, 2. Ugh. 1, 2. Okay, yeah. Pretty much, you have to tip off of 2 backdashes. At least here, against Shaheen. See the tracking on this. Nothing. Yeah, okay. Okay, floor break move, ground pound move. So they gotta hold back to avoid free damage. Ice against the wall. Counter hit. Counter hit combo starter. Okay. Safe. RB Noise wrong about this one. Safe with pushback. Safe with pushback. Bounce. What was it? Back one. So if you have them block this from any sort of range, so keep in mind what I said earlier, way when I started, when I first saw Shaheen's while standing 4, his shoots outward. Most while standing 4s, which is to say like 99% of them, are upward kicks, which means they don't have as much range as Shaheen's. Which means this jab into that on block is probably going to be out of while standing 4 range, even if this were actually a negative 11, like I said. But he's blocking my little friend. So this is actually a really good move. This is a fucking good move. It's linear, but you could work with that. You could always sidestep to realign. You could dash to realign. This is good move. Like, I'm gonna dash the block. Look at that. I dashed the block and then he was still, that's a good move. What's that? Back one. That's a fucking good move right there. So that's not the kind of counter hit tool that you just set up with frame advantage. That's just some shit that you kind of throw out. It's one of those. It's 19 frames, so it's slow. And it is linear. Be careful with it. But +2 on hit with force crouch, but it also pushes back, right? Yeah, same thing. It's +2 on hit, but it does push back. So you can like hold back if they whiff anything. Boosh, right? Use the spacing on moves like that. That's just one of those situations where frame rate doesn't matter. I'm not even going to bother to check how much it actually is on block. Just know that it pushes back. That's all you got to see. And I couldn't punish it with while standing 4. Back +3. So this is when he has like this axe kick that's like jizz. Boom, right? That's probably a free follow-up. Right, there you go, right? Alright, back +3 is 18 frames to start up. 0 on block with force crouch. Ooh. Yeah, 0 on block with force crouch. Pretty good. Pretty decent move. +3 on hit. Yep, +3 on regular hit. Knockdown on counter hit. No tracking though. So, no tracking at all. Big whiff too. So, him being relatively linear would be a problem, but he has this a really good high homie moves. High, a solid mid one too. Safe on block. So, even though they're like kind of slow, like I said before, if you mix it up well, and you always sidestep to realign in Tekken. So, sidestep or dash to realign. How does that work? I'll show you how it works. Wait, what was the input? Back 3? Yeah. It's a little slow though, so. See? That's how sidestep. Dash into realign. See? That's how that works. So, to get around that, I'd have to cancel. Stair step. Which I'm having trouble doing on the stick. It might not even work. But when you dash, you risk, you know, people mashing. That's only good against good opponents, basically. Good opponents that sidestep well, they open themselves to, like, being forced to block, you know, that kind of shit. Dash up into that stuff. You don't do that against mashers, you know? And that's unfortunate because, well, relatively unfortunate because this is an important technique. You know, when you see a lot of players, they complain about their attacks being linear, so their character sucks. That's bullshit. Lily's pretty linear. That doesn't make her suck. You know, she sucks for other reasons. But no, I'm playing. Everyone could do this to make linear attacks track. Everyone. And when you know someone is sidestepping a lot, you fucking do that shit. Just know that if you're dashing to make a slow linear move like this, you open yourself up to sidestep into a button. So it doesn't matter, you know? So you don't open yourself up to that. But sidestep into a button loses to... Say it with me. Homing move! Oh! He has one of those down forward ones. So Aris talked about this where when you see the animations down forward one, so generic down forward ones like this, like Lee's is the most infamous. They do the little duck. That does make shit whiff sometimes. It makes weird shit like that happen. Where you'll duck a high at like the perfect frame. It's like a 2-frame window and you'll duck a high. So that's what happened there. But point being, in general rule of thumb, right? If I were to do a mid homing move, it would not work, right? It would have hit me out of the way. So that's how you approach Tekken at higher levels. One of the ways, at least. You guys following me? Alright, it's a lot of... Oh, wow, it's a lot of chat I missed. Alright, hold on. let me read back. Her crying is ironic compared to her gameplay. Exactly, no. Is everyone playing on PS4? I have both PS4 and PC. Topic, I'm a Filipino residing in Saudi. Oh, interesting. Best of both worlds, I guess? Cool. Anyway, catch you later, bro. Hope you has a clean-ass hair product with the dollar reduce. He probably left already, but thanks. I appreciate it. She has a custom costume that makes her talk shit on her win. Oh, really? Definitely some sociopath shit. I kind of want to see that. I was playing Treasure Mode, and this Josie had like a Tron costume, and when she whooped my ass, she was talking shit instead of crying. Alright, that's pretty cool. Back +1. Yeah, went through that already. Yeah, that is some Bob type shit, except I'm not recovering crouching. Bob recovers crouching. Back +4 is a follow-up to knock the grounded. Oh, yeah, that does look like a grounded hitting mid. Ooh, it's one of those. Shaheen top tier confirmed with that duck. Good general tips to use against Lily. Yeah, against Lily and for Lily. Yes, Lily is linear, and if the Lily player like is new or just sucks, you know, because a lot of players have been playing for years that still suck because they don't realize this kind of shit. And don't get me wrong, I've been playing for years and I still suck ass too. That's my own fault though, for various reasons. But point being, I know that that's how you're supposed to go about it, right? I just have a lot of bad habits built into my gameplay. Try to avoid those bad habits. Try to like mix it up different ways. Look, try to feel out the level of your opponent and be like, hey, I noticed that even though this guy might not be good or this girl, whoever you're playing, might not be good, they are trying to work in the sidestep. So maybe instead of just going ham and seeing if they fuck up their sidestep and just doing my, homing moves, maybe I should just try the other stuff. I see them sidestepping. What if I dash with them and keep applying pressure? Dash, jab, dash, jab. How does this gonna work? How are they gonna react? And then instead of just doing your shit for the sake of doing it because you know you're gonna win, do the thing that beats what they're doing. You get what I'm saying? Because you just doing your shit might just win because they're gonna fuck up doing their shit. But they're doing their shit for a reason. So if this person's trying to sidestep, then how about I just go in and I try to punish the sidestep the way you're supposed to do it when somebody sidesteps correctly. That'll make you better in the long run, even if it might cost you the match. Fuck that. Fuck ranked. You know? Especially if you like just starting or you've been playing for a little bit. Ranked is fine, you know, but it doesn't have to mean everything. Let it mean stuff later as you get better. Focus on improving, and then you will rank up naturally by being a better player. That will be the side effect of your improvement. My backdash cancel is getting kind of okay here on this stick. Although I've been on the first player side this whole time. The battle suit, huh? I appreciate the compliment, Silas. That's why I will give full credit to me explaining shit in that way to both Aris and Juicebox. I learned KOF 14 through Juicebox, and this is the way he tries to teach people, though he's a much smarter person than I am, and a much better KOF player than I am a Tekken player, like a million times better. Are you kidding me? But I do believe that that is the best way. This is the best way to try to help people. You know, I want to try to point people away from the gimmicky shit, unless you just want to be king of the neighborhood, or you want to beat up on your little nephew that you're babysitting or whatever. Then fucking go ham with your gimmicks. You know, whatever floats your boat, right? I'm not gonna judge. But if you just want to, if you care about, like, you know, you want to get better and better and better, truly get better at Tekken, then consider this stuff. Yeah, a lot of Lily stuff could be stepped. Not all, but a lot of Lily stuff can be stepped. When I go over Lily, you'll see. Unless she got changed, I don't know. Maybe she got buffed in her tracking. Back to the action. So, that was back plus 1. Good shit. Then we got back 3, so we went over that already. Next is back 4, which Numb just brought up. So this looks like that double chin kick, and Kazuya has the kick now. So this is like, when you see a kick like this, you always want to check if it hits grounded, which I should check all his mids right now if they hit grounded. We want to restart. You know what, just turn off his wake up. That's what we should do. We're going to turn off his wake up. We're going to reset, and then we're going to launch him, and he's going to stay down. So that, ooh, it gives you the flip on normal hits. Sick. That does kind of fuck up your Oki, sort of, where you have to, like, dash. Like, if you hit him with that, you could dash and try to hit him again. If so long as you time it well, you'll interrupt wake-up kicks. And you'll be relatively safe, because I'm not sure if they could, I'll just test it on myself. I'm not sure if you could tech off of that. Oh, I'm getting up automatically. That's not gonna work. It was the hard knockdowns are guaranteed off of there, right? Yeah, okay, so I'm gonna record. We're gonna go mid-stage. You know what? Let's change the scenery. As much as I like this song, it's kind of wearing on me. So Shaheen, I'm noticing he kind of has all the tools. He doesn't have any real gaps in his tools. You know, limited tracking. That's about as bad as I can say for him. Switch ears here. Yeah, this earphones irritate the hell out of my ears. Oh, it looks like he's down back 2 is his rage drive. Interesting. This shit goes to his rage drive. So down back 2-4 if he has rage. Anyway. Ooh, Ogre's Tekken theme, Tekken Tag 1 theme. Arcade theme. Alright, so we wanted to record. Right. Okay, so you can, if you're not careful. You do open yourself to that, but I think if I do a deeper dash, I'll be better off, right? Let me see. Oh. Yep. Yeah, see? So long as you time it right, you will beat a tech. And if you stay down, you get kicked again. So if you're wondering why in those Korean matches you see that kick, they always run up and do it again, this is why. What happens if I tech the other way? Look at that shit. You have to practice that timing, and so you have to dash in pretty deep. What happens if I hold back though? Yeah, I still gotta block it. It is a 100% safe attempt at a mid. 100% safe. There's only safe way to get up is to Tekken to block, which means you could, like, when you notice that, you change it up, right? You go into a low, right? Or they gotta hold back and block. That's their only way to escape it. And when they hold back and block, they're all the way fucking across the screen. So even this move were unsafe. Look at this shit. I'm all the way back here. I'm not punching that shit, even if we're unsafe. Which I'm gonna guess it's not, honestly. Let's see, back +4. Oh, oof, I was wrong. It is very unsafe. I'll block. But that with that pushback, I wouldn't be able to punish it though. But look, I'll show you right now. This is not something you want to do in a neutral. This is an Oki too. This is why. Assuming this is right. Yeah, it's launch punishable. Yeah, even though it tracks that side, I wouldn't use it in this situation. This is 100% Oki. This move was designed. The fact that it's -15 on block tells me that. That's 15 frames. Let me try to record that sequence again. Ugh, that run is really, you gotta run the moment you recover. It's a little awkward to do because he recovers slow. Ugh, come on. Oh, what am I doing? That might be alright. See if I press anything there, I got hit. Let's see, just make sure. Also, this is another way to deal with this. I would probably be able to launch punish in this situation. Right, stand straight up and block. There you go. Alright, if I hold back though. Yeah, out of range. There you go. Stand up and block. That's how you deal with the spam of that move. Tap up and back. Do I even need to tap back anymore? Let's see if I just tap up. Tap up. Nope. I don't have to hold back at all. I can retain my auto guard. Stand up, block, launch. Assuming you can reach. You probably could reach with something, even if it's not a launch. -15 on the dot. You guys follow in the chat. I am the king of the hood. I've accepted being trashed though. Yeah, that back 4 hits after the second hit of 4-4 connects. Yeah, that's why I recorded that. Yeah, I have seen double gym players do that a lot as Oki. Yeah, I don't know if the double gym player one is as bad on block, but I know that theirs, at least in the older game, the double gym one is counter hit juggle starter. I know about that. And then Kazuya has it too. I don't think his is a counter hit juggle starter. So it's called float when you whiff punish them when they try to do a kick on the ground and you get a combo on wake up. Vince, float just means that when you whiff punish and you hit them, they're in the air. They're in the juggle state. So there's things that could happen. If you interrupt the wake up kick, they're not going to get floated. A float would be like interrupting when the capoeiras are in handstand, which I'm not mimicking all here. You know when they're in handstand and they do this fucking spinning mid kicks, whatever. If you hit them with a mid or a low in that situation, they're gonna get floated. And then, so the way you would punish that, well, you wouldn't always punish that, but the way you would punish some of the capoeira stuff when you float them is you would convert the float into a juggle. Another example, I'll bet you his slide gives a float on block. If I were to block that slide and while standing 4, float. So I would have to convert that float somehow, whichever character it is. That's the reason I know that is most of those slides they don't look quite the same. Like his looks different than Law's and Lee's. But the way you pretty much have to punish them with every character is you float and then you convert the float into a juggle, whatever your juggle is. You know, so Shaheen probably wouldn't do while standing 4. He might have to do something harder. Some characters have a lot more trouble getting the proper punish off of this than others. So I don't know what Shaheen's would be. It wouldn't be while standing 4 though, because he has a weird while standing 4. Yeah, neutral block got buffed in this game. You retain neutral block in a lot of situations where you would lose it in the earlier game. So neutral block is buff. Now, which is good for noobs because the only reason, like, there was no reason to take away neutral block in all situations because the good players will be blocking in those situations anyway. It just made the movement more annoying and more high risk, like more than it needed to be. It's already hard enough without it. Even though you got all this neutral guard, movement is still fucking hard. It was unnecessary, in my opinion. It was unnecessarily hard with all that shit before where you had to hold back every time. Train your brain to always be holding back while you're also letting go to neutral and sidestepping and shit like that. That's like, not for everybody, but that's like a weird thing. I got into the habit of just duck canceling instead of down back canceling my backdash. I think it's because I was trying to practice sway characters. My backdash is not clean. Anyway, so that's how back 4 works. So back 4, remember that. If it hits you as Oki, stand up into neutral block. That will open you up, though, to proper 50-50 mix-ups. So that's not a 100% guaranteed situation. That's just a situation you do when you're blocking back 4 over and over again. When they're hitting you with back 4 over and over again, excuse me. Up back 3. Same thing as up forward 3. Is this a real orbital? Oh my god, he's got an orbital! -7, he has a fucking orbital? I ain't even know. Not quite as good as Josie's though. Also, he doesn't get the juggle on the he doesn't get the juggle? What about if I hold forward? Yeah. Not quite Josie Rizal on his. Not even on counter hit. What about neutral jump? He gets it off with a neutral jump one. This is kind of what Aris was talking about. It's actually unusual to get the defensive jump one, the back jumping version, as a juggle starter. And Josie, not only does she get as juggle starter, she can convert off of it. And it kind of makes you wonder, did they mean to do that, or did they just forget to take that away from her? That's kind of fucked up. Orbital heals her cheek. You know why. Aris explained. You can look up the Aris video, but in case you didn't. Maybe not this one, but a lot of these orbital moves, other than being low crushes that are safe on block, yeah, they're slow and you can be jabbed out of them, yeah. But when this is the kind of shit where if you were to space it from like right here, it would clip jabs, even though a jab should float you, right? So I have to like record it to up 3 right away. See if I can find the distance. Yeah. So I can't tell if he's interrupting my jab or clipping it. But as you can see, I'm whiffing the jab from this distance, and then he's whiff punishing me with that. This is the kind of shit Aris was talking about. And then he would probably be able to convert even from that distance. Of course, the 4 is really solid. And then if I try mid, that's a long range mid. See? There it goes. The mid whiffs. It's all in the distance. Even the big character like Shaheen will be able to clip you. And his orbital his leg isn't even going out as far as like Brian's does. Lars is a different story. Lars, he moves forward with his, so he can't do this like neutral jump kind of shit. Also, Lars' orbital heal, FYI, his up 4-4, it is safe on block. If you make it whiff though, it is horrendous. You could whiff punish him with whatever the fuck you want. I don't know if that's the case here. Yeah, this seems to be pretty bad on whiff too. But he can neutral jump it, so you have to space yourself really well and time it well. So Brian's is actually fairly good on whiff. You have to like kind of be on point to really get a launch punish for Brian. I don't know about Josie's, I haven't tested hers. So Shaheen does have an orbital. Make it whiff, people. If you see it coming. So -7, that's 17 frames. Wait, I'm an idiot. I'm supposed to jab with him. Yep, 17 frame exchange. -7 on block. You won't be sidestepping after that's blocked, I'll tell you that much. Unless you get a block from back here. Then maybe you can sidestep. Like, I might as well test that, right? Why just say it when you can test it? need to get it blocked or hit. Alright, so not quite. Even at the max distance. Yeah, it gets it whiffs otherwise. So Shaheen too big. Oh no, there it is. You gotta fight that. You gotta find that right angle. There it is. Right at the tip. Right at the tip. He can still sidestep. He can still sidestep. You can still sidestep. There it is. But if I'm up close, no sidestep for you. No sidestep for you. That's what I'm talking about, people. Distance. Distance matters. If you really, this is like when you're really playing and you're really starting to get a good feel for your range of movement and shit. This is the kind of shit you want to try to research. Like, what is the actual distance where I could actually not worry about -7, you know? -8. What is that distance? And then if you could find it, you make moves like that so much more buff. So much more buff. It's still a high risk against a good player, though, because if they make it whiff, you get blown up for it. Josie was looking like a character I wanted to play already, so that's good. Yeah, Vince, look up Aris's Josie video. You'll see. She's pretty cheap. So doesn't orbital heal crush lows and some mids? Yeah, Vince, I was just showing that off. It also beats out jabs. It's a distance thing. It's a thing of the animation. Josie's looks more reliable because her whole body contorts and she's like upside down in the air and shit. So it's probably way more evasive than Shaheen's, who just kind of like has one leg dangling and his other leg swings outward. It definitely crushes lows. I mean, you could see that, you know. You know. Right? You know. As if he needed to see it. But there you go. Alright, next. We have the hopkick. You know the hopkick. Same as any generic hopkick, except his animation is unique, so his hopkick is pretty evasive from far away. Right? This is similar to the orbital. This will blow up jabs from a distance. But it is -13 on block, 15 frames to startup. FY orbital heals 25 frames to startup. 10 more frames than hopkick. So why would you use hopkick speed as a whip punch? And his 1, 2. Alright. 1 back. About 1.5 back dashes. About 1.5 back dashes, about. So, yeah, his hot kick has good range. Forward, +3, or while running 3, same move. Really? Let's see. Whoa. Ah, that's a jungle starter, too. Yeah, that's his forward, 3. Interesting. Weird move. This is 15 frames. No, that's not 15 frames. It is? Really? Huh. Let's see if I can do this. It's a pretty swag way to punish -15. No. That didn't punish. Yeah, it's hard to block punish with the forward move. I can't tell. Yeah, either this isn't 15 frames or I just can't get it. This is 15 on the dot. That's what I'm trying to. Yeah. Okay. Alright. So, yeah. Maybe this is 15 frames. Yeah, it does look pretty fast. It's just the forward 3 input, so. Man. I guess let's check the tracking. It is -13, it says with a question mark. So this is probably going to track okay-ish because of the forward input. Maybe not. Spoke too soon on that one. Oh. Negative 12. Yep, negative 12. So less risk on block than hop kick. Slightly less risk. That might be worth knowing for certain matchups. Yeah. Alright. And that comes out of while running also. Why is it listed twice? Close. From far away, it's only a single hit, I guess. I guess it's listing it as a... I don't know why. Oh, it's a knockdown. It's just saying that off axis, maybe? Certain angles. Like, yeah, see? It's just a knockdown. Maybe that's why it's listing as a separate move. Alright, next we got forward, forward, 4. That's an armor move. High. Knocks on your ass, so you gotta hold back. Same thing on counter hit. I don't know what you would do if they don't get up properly. Negative 7 with a question mark on block. Looks like it would push back on block. Yeah. So, regardless of what the frame data is, with that sort of pushback, it don't matter. It don't matter. That's pretty solid left side tracker. Not right though. So you got a sidestep or a sidewalk to the left. Sorry, yeah, to your left. Not too slow. Yeah, you can block that. You get the rear. Yeah, there you go. You gotta get more into the rear. The 4-4-4 is pretty decent. It is a high though, so be careful. That pushback is nice. Forward back 2. Oh, he's got a jet upper input. That's rare. That's a hit throw. Ooh, look at that damage. That's a normal hit too. Shit. Forward back 2. It's only negative 4, and it is 14 frames. Wait. 14? This is his 14 frame Punisher? 55 damage? With decent range? He has negative 14, right? Down 3. Oh, down 3. Okay. From standing. He does not. I could test if this is 14 frames. Yeah, I can. Jab into that. Wait. Jab into that. Which means it'll exchange with a 13 frame move. 13 frame. Jab into down forward. Yeah, no, this looks too slow. This is lying to me. Forward, let me see if I'm reading the right one. Forward back 2. Yeah, it says 14 frames. RB No Way is definitely wrong about this one. Wait, are they? No, wait. Yeah, sorry. Yeah. Yeah, no, they're right. Fuck, I'm an idiot. That's 14 frames. Alright. Good shit. Sorry, I'm an idiot. So I'm jabbing to put myself at +1. And I'm doing a 15 frame move, and I'm exchanging. So that's 14 frames. So it's just like jet upper. It's not a juggle starter. I mean, that would be nice. But the next best thing is 55 damage. Right? That's like a shitty juggle. That's totally great. That's really good. It's way above average. Alright. Hold on. Let's see what we got going on here. Leo does have an orbital. I have not seen it, though. Or I just don't remember it. 443 is ender when not near a wall, I think. That surfboard is a juggle starter. Yep, I know that. Yep. Any base. When the opponent is doing stuff, sometimes the grab doesn't hit. It just does the initial hit of damage. So it's got some weird shit going on. Is that why that first time I did counter hit it didn't connect? So it's like finicky? Or maybe it's off axis? Yeah, if you're off axis, it doesn't do the hit throw. See? That's one thing. Still, if a character puts itself at -14, hell yeah, I'd test this. Are you kidding me? I mean, this is nice. This is still nice. Forward 2, 3. It's a lot less damage, but you know, you're in a really good situation when you connect this 12 frame Punisher. And it has good range. About the same range though. Yeah, about the same range. I mean, if it works, it's great. If it doesn't work, yeah, it's kind of shitty, yeah. Alright. That was forward back 2. While standing 1 is next. It's 14 frames. Okay. So I don't know what the purpose of his while standing 1 is. It's really slow. And there's no frame data here beyond that. So this is weird little uppercut. -2. No tracking. +4? Yeah, +4. Exchanging a 13 and a 17 frame move. Yeah, I don't know what that while standing 1 is about. That seems shitty. That seems like it's there for when you cancel like shit like this and you go to while standing 1 for juggles. What is it? Ugh, I can't even do it. That because that is decent damage for 16. No, it's not decent damage. What am I saying? Yeah, 3-3. Yeah, that's just. I don't know what the point of while standing 1 is. Counter hit. Oh, I see the point. I see the point. That's the point. So yeah, something kind of like Josie. Oops. So on counter hit, he's at +12, so you can combo. It's hard to mash it. So just time it, don't mash it. Stupid error message. So while standing 1 is for counter hit, but it's 14 frames, man. If that were like 13 or even 12 frames, that'd be good. 14 frames, I don't know about that, man. Maybe it's a tool to use at it, but it has no tracking also. If it had good tracking, then I'd say, hey, maybe it's a good thing to use when this hits, and you do the cancel, and then you go into it, you know? Like that. But it doesn't have that sort of tracking. I mean, maybe when this hits, it doesn't need the tracking, maybe, right? Maybe that's a way to use it. Let it hit me. Yeah, you can't sidestep it when that hits you. Yeah. And then if I try to jab, I get counter hit. So yeah, in situations like that, it's good. But that's such a specific situation. There's like better stuff. Especially when you put yourself in -2, which is, I guess, not a big deal either. Alright, so yeah, it's kind of whatever. Kind of whatever. While standing to 16 frames, apparently, according to this. That's his while standing launcher. It is -17 on block, I figured, because it's kind of like Kazuya's when you see that sort of knockout situation. Yeah, punish with a 17 frame move, which means you can launch it. And I don't think this tracks much. Or it tracks in that direction, I'm sorry. It tracks the way it looks like it should. Maybe because I'm letting it hit me. Is this homing? No, it's not. So at least for Shaheen, it's hard to sidestep. Very hard. I did it like once. I did the sidewalk once. So in general, this is just something you got to block punish. Got to be very careful. You know, sidestep it's a block. Or backdash, make a whiff maybe. Looks like I have decent range though. Not quite. Alright. While standing 3 is 13? 13 frames. -11, and then if he does a second hit, it's -15 on block. 0 on hit. So that's a natural combo, I'm guessing, right? Yeah, it's a natural combo. It says 0 on hit, so for the first hit. Right. Yeah, 0 on hit. There you go. What about on block? There's no data on block here. Oh no, -11. I'm sorry. I could test that. Shaheen, boys, you got 11 frame Punisher. Okay, so it's only a punish on the 11 frame, not on the 12 frame. There it is. So it's -11. So you're gonna want to probably commit to that. Well, as a punisher, not on the neutral maybe, because in the neutral, that on block, according to this, is launch punishable. There you go, -15. All right, let's test the tracking on that thing. Damn, really good tracking. Fuck, all of a sudden, while standing, you have to respect Shaheen. His tracking is kind of whatever in the standing situation outside of his really good homing moves. But here, you can't go anywhere. And I'm blocking the crouch jab. So I'm like at +5 here, I think. Like -5 on block, I think, on crouch jabs. And I can't get around that. So that's a solid tracking move. It looks really stupid, though. Like, how do you kick like that without destroying your ligaments in your knee? Alright, let's see what's going on in the chat. Seems giving characters 14 frame high mini launches is the norm with Tekken 7. Really? Shaheen, Josie, Akuma, kind of. I don't know what Josie and Akuma have, so that's news to me. That's interesting, though. While standing 1, I believe does something similar to Josie's Okada. Yep, we found that out already. Thinking face? I can't tell what that is. It's too small. We'll check rest later. Good night. Have a good night, Numb. Thanks for tuning in. Alright, so this wall standing 3. So since it tracks so well, and we know earlier you could cancel out of some moves into that stance, and when you cancel that stance, you're in wall standing. So you go into the wall standing. Whoop, no, you go right to the wall standing 3 if you don't suck like me. There it is. For those of you that didn't catch earlier, by the way, this standing 3 canceled into the stance, and then cancel the stance into while standing 4 is a natural combo. Oh no, sorry. Forward 3 plus 4. This. If you connect the forward 3 plus 4, then you hit down forward, right? And then you tap down back, and then you tap while standing 4. It's a natural combo. Kind of like Laws. Laws got the while standing 4 DSS too as a natural combo if you're like really good. Shaheen has something like that. I'll see if I can connect it one more time because that shit was swag when I hit it. It's hard though. Really awkward, dude. Oh wait, before I do that. Stand to stand guard. There he goes. So, there you go. See? Natural combo's the only combo. Oh man, I want to hit it again. Very awkward input, especially on Korean stick. Wow, I can't even do forward 3 plus 4. That's a problem. There it is. That much work for 44 damage. Yeah, that's another plus 12 situation. But plus 12 while standing, so you're only gonna get a while standing 4. Shit's fucking hard, yo. And no, you cannot. That's not a true block string on like Laws is, so it's not that good. But you don't have to try to connect the while standing 4. You could just treat this into the stance as like heavy advantage. It's not that big a deal. It's not really a big deal at all when you think about it for how hard it is to connect. Okay. He's got a full crouch low. Ooh. Went through while standing 3-3. Really good tracking. Huh. Oh, it's just his generic low. It's just a generic low. Weird. Yeah, this is always like negative on hit. And this always tracks fairly well. These generic lows. Yeah, see, these generic lows always track. Thanks for proving me wrong, Shaheen. It tracks okay at least. Yeah. Because I am putting myself at +5 when I'm moving here. But you'll see, it'll still catch me like here. Step right and walk right. And then step left, it's catching me too. So I have to sidewalk left. You know? When I'm at +5. So if he were to hit me, I definitely wouldn't be able to sidestep it. Okay? But these are always negative on hit. Like, how negative? I got a full crouch. -3. Yep, that's typically how this goes. -3 on hit and on counter hit. See? And some characters are able, so if you see this, any character's able to do this kind of low animation from standing, it's always that way. It's always like -17 on block, I think, right? Really bad on block. Let me see. Yeah, see, that's supposed to be 16 frames and that punished it. So they're always like launch punishment on block, but they always track at least decently well. And they're always -3 on hit, and he will always crush high. And if you can do it instantly from standing, they're pretty fast. This one is apparently 13 frames. There's also this slower from full crouch. This is another one you want to look out for if you're able to do this instantly from standing. This full crouch down 4, right? If you have a character that's able to do that from standing instantly, like Dragunov's down back 4, is him doing that instantly. That's a 12 frame low. Those are better on block. Let me see here. Yeah, see, no punish. I should just have it blocked so you can really see it. Okay, how about hop kick? Okay, see, those are -15. I think the down 3-1 is like -17. So those are slightly better on block, but then you got shit like they have decent spacing and they're 12 frame lows, basically. Shaheen is unable to do it from instantly from standing because he has like inputs for all these lows, you know? But typically it'll be like a down 4, down 3, or down back 4, down back 3. If your character doesn't have a unique move. I should say that I don't think that one tracks. I don't think that one tracks much. Oh, I take that back. Yeah, I take that back, sorry. I maybe do the universally track. I always lose track of this shit. Anything on chat? Anything new? What would chat say is the most complex character in the game? I don't know. Nina maybe? Or Yoshi perhaps? Brian. Huh. I don't know, to be honest with you. Maybe they're all equally hard, those characters. Like, Brian is easy until you do taunt stuff. Oh, and backdash canceling, but Brian is hard. But outside of that, Brian is fucking as straightforward as it gets. He's really straight. He's got like he has like one string that you got to hit confirm, but it's the easiest hit confirm string in the world. Down forward 1 1 1 1 2. It's the easiest fucking hit confirm in the world, right? And then outside of that, yeah, no, Brian's fucking straightforward as hell. It's just the taunt stuff, and that's like the ultimate uber high level shit. You know, the only thing is the backdash cancel. Like my backdash cancel right now, if you see my recording, there's a lot of quarter circle back going on, which means I wouldn't be doing it with mine. The only way I've been able to do it so far is by canceling it with down like this, which is not how you want to do a backdash cancel. You want to be able to catch lows. Holding down doesn't block low, does it? I don't think it does. Oh, take that back. You do have neutral low guard. Disregard what I just said. I don't know if that's new to this game. I honestly never tested it because I never really played back sway characters. So you can just cancel it down. Ooh, that's so much easier. Look at that shit. I do that shit all day. I'll do that shit with my regular characters. I just learned something, chat, and you just did too. Yoshimitsu is a lot to remember, but I would not call him hard. Like similar to Lei. I don't think Lei's hard. I think he has a lot going on, but he doesn't have anything that's like a mindfuck or hard to execute. Nothing like that. Yeah. I think Kazuya is up there. Because, you know, electric, but that's not like, I don't think he's the hardest. I think Heihachi is pretty difficult too. Like outside of the super high level Kazuya stuff, sidestep electric and shit. Heihachi, it could be a little awkward to execute some of his stuff, but he's like in a higher end, but not the hardest. Anyway, so we went through this generic low. He has a back turn. Oh, I have a new restart option. I could just do this. Where is it? Back. This is cool. I don't think we had this before. A unique back turn move. Back turn 2. According to this, it's 13 frame startup, -9. He stays back turn, that's cool. And it just sends them flying back. If he had a unique low to go with this, then I'd be more impressed. But I don't know what to do with this thing. Like, I don't know if he recovers back turn off of any move where he could, like, end it with this. Did he pull out a knife? Is he pulling out a knife? Oh, no, that's just his, like... Alright, that's his weird cape thing. Okay, no, never mind. Maybe I'm being disrespectful calling that weird cape thing. I shouldn't call it that. But whatever that is, draped over his shoulder. It looks like a knife when he swings to that angle, right? Alright. Alright. I'm just gonna believe the -9. That's gonna be a pain in the ass to test otherwise. I do kind of want to know if it pushes back. We could test that. Back, right? Boom. No, no pushback. Alright. You know what? I guess we could test this like this, right? Does this work? Oh, oops. Alright, you know what? This actually is really useful because you could more easily record like Ling stuff or Raven stuff like this, right? Oh, I gotta restart. No, what are you doing? Why are you turning around? No! We want to record. Somebody email Harada. Fuck that move. Down forward to SNK to sneak. What? I'm talking about this. 13 frames of stardom. Interesting. Oh, sneak. His sneak stance, whatever it is, right? Or snake, sand sneak. What is it? What is this called? SNK is his stance. Stealth step. Is that what it's called? SNK? Is that what people shorten it to? Interesting. So, I mean, we already went through these moves before, right? A jab. This is actually +2 on block. This is +2. Oh, man. Oh, man. Hit myself and make an uninterruptible high. Hit myself. Hit my opponent and then make an uninterruptible high. +2 on block. We should just do sneak into it. Oh, maybe I was too slow. I'm an idiot. Why was I trying to 11 frame move? Yeah, it is +2. Sorry. I'm a little drained from work and I've been streaming for a while. Bear with me, chat. That is indeed +2. So this into that is uninterruptible, right? Not only that, if you cancel this low into the stance, you actually make this high crushing low only -11 on block. You cancel it, you go to the stance and you cancel block. I tested it earlier. So long if you do everything smoothly, this only becomes about -11. Maybe -12 because he doesn't have a 12 frame move, but none of the other while standing moves were able to punish it. Yeah, there you go. And this low tracks very well. So then you can do that to make him afraid to swing, but they might start ducking, which you could do that, you know, or that, or there you go, that low. Or you could cancel this into while standing moves. There it is. So if you were playing Shaheen, if you want to main Shaheen, I strongly recommend getting the hang of that stance cancel. So there's a couple of moves that go into it. Down, back, 2, down, forward. Down, back, 2, down, forward, down, back. down back 2, down forward into down back. And then when you cancel it, if you input a button right away, you're gonna get a while standing move instantly. That's how it works. See, that was a while standing 4, right? So forward plus 3 plus 4 is another one that goes into that. Same thing, down forward and then down back. Forward 3 plus 4, down forward, down back, right? Down 3, down forward, down back. Down 3, down forward, down back. You don't suck. Forward 2 4 goes into it. Forward 2 4, down forward. But that's the frames are too shitty to you'll get interrupted all day long with this one. High low, and then high low high to mix it up with. This is the juice, though. In my opinion, this is the cheapness. This is the noob killer, but at a higher level, still possibly sort of effective. Because you can't sidestep that into the jab either. I tested this before, but yeah, see? Let's see. Oh, I take that back. You can only sidestep in one direction. Nice for Shaheen. Yeah, see? What about if he goes to the mid? What is it? There you go, the mid tracks. The mid tracks in both directions. And the mid crushes. And the mid beats the 13 frame, whatever. Crouch jab beats the mid though. So crouch jab beats the mid. And the 12 frame high exchanged. 11 frame high gets crushed. So the mid is still a very solid option off of this low. But the mid is negative 13. So you can work in the high to put yourself at +2. The mid will stop them from sidestepping. And then eventually you can go into the low, which is kind of high risk. Yeah, the low sweep is probably going to be super launch punch. Yeah, so the high risk low, but it does knock down a normal hit. And he might get a free follow-up. And then on counter hit, he definitely gets a free follow-up. So probably only on counter hit he gets a free follow-up. Alright, just a test. Well, what was it? Back four? Oh, he recovers while standing. Huh. So what would he get? Slide maybe? Whatever. Crouch cancel, back four, I guess. So the sneak 3 is the throw. So that's also negative 13, just like the standing one. Let's see if that's true, because it wasn't true about the standing one. Yeah, it's negative 12, not 13. So this is wrong again. Just like the standing one, negative 12. And this will crush the cross jab, right? If I do the low to that. So remember, I tested the low and it beat the cross jab and it beat the mid. The low into the mid. Ah, nah, not quite. It takes too long to crush, so the cross jab still wins there. Did I let myself get hit, right? Yeah, okay, just making sure. So that's not good. That's not a good low crush, unless it's slow though. Might as well test it. There you go. I just got interrupted. There you go. That's better. That definitely got crushed. Sneak 2, we tested it, negative 13. Sneak 3, negative 12. Sneak 4 is the slide, super bad. And then he has the sneak tackle, which you can break. You just have to break it really early. So again. You can interrupt it though. Trying to see how slow. Alright, so this is when you really get them scared to press buttons, because they can also sidewalk that. But then, I have to be pressing 1+2 pretty damn early to break this. There you go. Yeah, I don't. That grab is kind of gimmicky. It's not even worth the damage in my opinion. For the risk, you'll catch like really players with grab power reactions like me with it, but good players, even remotely decent players, will not get grabbed by this shit. So I wouldn't use that. I would mix up the 1 and the 2 and very rarely go for the low if I were to commit to that mix-up. So that's the sneak stuff. Is that it? Yeah. So now we just go into the grabs. What's going on in the chat? Let's see. Let me scroll up. Yo, what was that forward 3+4 natural combo? I want to try it out. Undead Nemesis? Undead Nemesis, one more time. Forward plus 3+4 into down forward to go into sneak or S. I keep calling it sneak. What's this shit called? Fuck. To go into stealth step. I keep calling it sneak because I see this shit labeled as S and K, and my brain just says, "Oh, that's sneak." I don't know why. Anyway, so forward 3+4 to down forward is to go into that. Whoop, sorry, goes into that. Oh, I forgot about one important move. I just remembered, by the way. Right, so then what you want to do is when you press down forward and you go to the stance, you tap down back to cancel the stance. And when you cancel the stance, you're canceling it crouching, so you get to instantly do a while standing move. So the whole idea is to down forward, down back, cancel it into a 4, and then you want to try to get it to combo. You know, that's just some showing off shit. It's not like, I don't know if it's even worth it. Like, I might just treat this with the +12 that it gives me instead of trying to connect the while standing 4, like, you know, just to show off. Whatever, I hit it before. I'm not gonna go crazy here again. Anyway, does Howard actually answer people back on email? I don't know. Don't ask you for shit. This is a Shaheen version of the Dragunov treatment. I don't know if I'd call it the Dragunov treatment. The Dragunov treatment is some next level shit, and it's very easy to execute, so I don't know if I'd call it that. Does the SNK mid hit grounded? Oh, that's a good question. I'll check that in a second. Oh, and I took. Oh, I put stand like wrong thing. Nah, it looks like it should, right? Nah. I would guess though, if you use it as a jungle ender, it would send people flying. He has a lot of like jungle enders that can send people flying. I noticed. That would be my guess, right? So if I were to, let's see. No, you can actually continue to juggle off of some shit like that. That's a decent flow. I mean, if he has something that reaches, I don't know. How much damage is that shit? 20 damage, so that's a solid, like, mid-juggle hitter. Solid damage. So there's actually one move I forgot. The big one. This right here. So, you know, when you got the slide, you got the 50-50 from full crouch, always. You Shaheen players, you will definitely want to... I don't know if he doesn't seem to get a free follow-up unless he's far away. Just a full crouch, down, forward, down, forward, 3. Down, forward, down, forward, 3. By the way, if you see Law players, League players, or Shaheen players do this, they were trying to slide. This, they're always trying to slide. Nobody's doing that on purpose. I don't know if that's guaranteed. Oh, the slide goes into sneak. It's a sneak. Into a stealth stance. Look, see, he's posing. Interesting. So, were the Shaheen players canceling that sneak into the while standing 3 the whole time? That's fucking hard. Holy shit, to get a free hit? Damn. It doesn't work anymore, I think. They took that away from him. Super weird. I guess it gives him the ability to mix it up right when he recovers from it. Really gimmicky shit, though. Yeah, you could just hold down back. Like right here, I'm holding down back, and then as long as I time it right. There it is. Yeah, he got the lead foot crouch mix up. Yes. So he has hop kick while standing 2, which I verified earlier has actually decent tracking. So if they see this and they try to sidestep, boom! That would probably has a decent chance of catching them, right? And then, of course, the slide. Slides generally don't track well, but they're hard to whiff punish. You have to like chase them down, and typically they slide too far away and you won't be able to whiff punish it. I don't know if slides have any tracking. I don't think they do. I'm no lead player or law, so I've never been good at this input. This is also input for a couple of throws from crouching. Whatever, I'll take it. Okay, so you want to sidewalk left. Sidewalk left, I guess, slides. Yeah. But as we tested earlier, his while standing tracking is generally quite solid. That on block, really bad, but his while standing tracking is really good. So it's a solid mix-up for him. I don't know how like Lee's while standing tracking is or Law's, in all honesty. He's got that. Yeah, I spotted it in the move list when I was scrolling earlier. See right there. Interesting. Alright, 10 hits. High, 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 mid, high, high. Where's the low? So the low was on the 7th hit? Yeah, 7th hit. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7th hit low, and then high, mid, high, high, high. So there's a lot of highs in the beginning, or you can wait for the low. Don't get gimmicked out. So if the low hits you, the rest of that hits you. Looks like. No, doesn't. Sorry. Okay, if those mids hit you, then that hits you. So this is not much of a natural combo on this at all. Because a lot of 10 hits, like when a certain hit connects, they'll get like the rest of it for free. Keep it. Bam, bam. There you go. Okay. Oh, you can just interrupt that, and then you can just duck those, duck the 3rd hit and the 4th hits. So you can duck the 3rd and the 4th, or after the 4th, jab. Or low parry the 7th hit. There you go. That's ideal with his 10 hit, without even having to sidestep, I guess. Alright. Oopless. Sutra. No Oki there for sure. That looks like it might break the floor though. That was 1 throw actually. 2 throws this. That might give okay. Left side. Oh, that's pretty sick. That looks like a good Oki. Ooh, Dragon Sleep. Oh, that's pretty sick. And that looks like it gives him really good Oki. That's a good situation. When you see it head towards you like that, it's pretty good. Silent death. That's basically his grab throw. No real good Oki on that one. Good damage though. He has a parry, huh? That's his command grab. And you're kind of far, so. Oh, weird input. Down forward 1 + 4, huh? Falcon shoot. Ah, so he has the lead. He's got the lead with the same input. So if I'm not mistaken, I'm not 100% on this, but if I'm not mistaken, the way Lee's works, like he gets to your back in a similar way, and then if you try to stand, turn around and stand block, he gets 2, 2, 3 on your back. So you can make that whiff by turning into a low block, holding down back, but then he gets blazing kick, and he'll launch you. So I basically gave him like a 50-50, if I'm not mistaken. I believe that's how it used to work. So the thing about Shaheen is, I don't know what the 50-50 would be if he had him. Like, okay. Still in range for that, and it looks like we're spaced out, so he might not be able to launch me. So that's a good option. Where they can stay on the ground and side roll, maybe. Wait, what's he doing? No. Okay, that's what I'm looking for. Back to the wall. Alright, hold on a second. Well, you're closer. That does not wall splat. What's his mid wall splats? Oh, nothing. There we go, okay. There you go. So the homing move, down forward 3. That could be your wall splat. He might have some better stuff, like the hop kick. No, no hop kick. Go for your homing move. Alright, now let's test if he were to turn block. Yeah, see? But I'll bet you this works. Yep. I don't think he has a fast wall splat here. Wait, do jabs hit back turn here? If they do, if I could, come on, play. Oh. What the fuck? Is he in Sandstorm? No, he's not. What? What is he doing? Is he while standing? What? What? What the fuck? What is that? What was that one? What is that weird move he's trying to do? That's me trying to mash one. It looks like a unique move that I don't know where that move came from. He has a built-in move? Whoa, camera. It seems like forward 2-3 is what you're gonna get. His jabs don't reach. Anything heavy pyramids to the wall does yeah, I'm trying to think if there's any way he could wall splat with a high. And he needs a counter hit. If the jabs were able to connect back turn, then this would work. This would probably work, but looks like the jabs don't reach. So it seems like all you're gonna get is forward 2-3 if they were to stand and turn, and down forward 3 if they crouch and turn. What's up, Minuteman? Shaheen, oh dude, Minuteman, I'm pretty much at the end of his move list. I'm just searching for like how to use his parry right now. Shaheen seems pretty good, dude. You're gonna want to watch this one back for sure. Shaheen seems pretty freaking good. He has all the tools that you need. His tracking is a little but you could work with that. It's not a big deal. Yeah, man. All right. I don't know about mid stage. Let's see mid stage. I still have this one playing, right? Yeah, okay, that still reaches mid stage. Good. Oops. Yeah, good. And what about the homing kick? Oh, this gotta be better. There's something better than the homing kick mid stage, right? Gotta be something better than that. I'll fucking parry you wanna launch this motherfucker. Let's just look through his movements real quick, see if I'm forgetting something. I guess this. Too slow. No, even if that did hit back turn, it wouldn't work. None of this stuff. None of this stuff. Yeah. Either down forward 3 or maybe down back 2-1. For crouch. Yep, that hits the rear. I do wonder one thing though. That might be a tricky situation because you hit them in the rear. And then you go into the fucking thing. The SNK stance. What's up, Bison? I want to know one thing. Which side do I step Shaheen? I gotta be honest with you, Bison. I don't remember which is his strong side. I did catch that he has a lot of linear pokes. Relatively linear. But the thing about Shaheen is I've been testing it as Shaheen, the sidestepping, and his sidestep doesn't seem all that great. He's kind of bulky. So I can't really recommend a specific side to step. So here's one thing I could tell you for sure, Bison. His while standing moves track pretty fucking good. Including the launcher. The while standing 2. But while standing 3-3, which is that, is -15. The while standing 2 is -17. This shit. And while standing 3 by itself is actually -10. And then he has a 14 frame while standing move, while standing 1, that on counter hit gives him some free shit. Here's something else I can tell you. If this hits you, this is his 12 frame punish, this palm, stop sign into the high kick right here. He's at like +8 or 9. Treat it like if Dragunov just hit you with 4-1. Test backdash though. You'll probably be good with a backdash. Oh yeah, Rage Drive. I always forget that new shit. That's a built-in follow-up. Nah. Maybe at the wall. There you go. That one does like low damage though. I mean, maybe it's just because this is like when you first get it, the training mode health. Like it's not the max damage of the Rage Art. Here he'll block it, I think. Yeah. So if they duck, if they already committed to ducking, then they'll do the slow turn. What's his Rage attack? It's down back 2. His Rage attack might work actually. Cause look, no, not that. No, it's this. There you go. Rage attack. Or Rage Drive. There you go. That'll work. Because we already on down back 2, 1 works. Also, let me see that weird built-in follow-up. Yeah, so it seems like if you mash 1, he does that punch automatically. I can't find any other... Like... Yeah, no, I can't find any other built-in follow-ups. It worked before. Oh, I'm stand block. Oh, sorry, I'm an idiot. I'm recording the wrong one. This is the one. This is when you go mid, when you duck. There you go. No juggle. No juggle. It has to hit on axis to juggle. Yeah, there you go. Is there a Discord for Tekken PC for Tekken matches? I think Tekken Zaibatsu has a Discord, but I don't have an invite, unfortunately. So I'm not really using that. I'm in Discord for some other stuff, but it's not Tekken related, really. His race stuff actually seems kind of shitty. I mean, I suppose that one's alright. And it is blue sparks, which means he can, yeah, he gets a second tailspin. So I would just use it for that. His raid super looks lame and does shit damage, it looks like. Yeah, it looks stupid. I don't like the way. By the way, Bison, if you're still there, you already know what this means. He's got to slide. Punish it like you punish the Lee and the Law slide. And it coincides with the good tracking on his while standing. He does go into the stance automatically. Also, Bison, if you're still there, watch out for this low into the stance. If that low hits you, you go to the stance to do this one jab, this unique one jab here, that puts him at +2 on block. On hit, I imagine it's a lot. I don't know how much it is. I don't need to know. I know it's going to be a lot. Right? Another thing, if this standing 3 hits you and he goes into his stance, you got to respect every single option of the stance. You're not going to be able to sidestep anything. And anytime he goes into the stance, he could cancel the stance and go into a while standing move instantly. Right? If I could just do it. See? Ugh. There you go. Wow, that comboed. I did it. Standing 3 into while standing 4. Nice. That's how much frame matches he has. He could combo, he could natural combo an 11 frame while standing move out of this on hit, if you could execute it well. When that mid hits you, is it a true 50-50 situation? This, yes. This, yes. The low, sort of. Not really. And what was the other one? Down back 2 into it? I believe so. I believe down back 2 also. But this is a high. Just standing 3. Also, yeah, like I said, his 12 frame move puts him in a proper 50-50 situation. His 11 frame punish is 4-1. Boom, boom. Which is also his magic 4. It does not jail. 30 damage because Rage is on. Does not jail though, but you're not gonna while standing punish him with anything other than an instant while standing 4. And you have to commit to it instantly. And if you do commit to it instantly, he gets that second kick right there, which nuts you on the ground, and then he gets this back 4. By the way, speaking of that back 4, if you see people use the Oki-2 a lot, like, he gets the free one, right? If they run up and do it again, like this, you gotta stand straight up and guard it like that. If you do that, you could actually punch it. It's -15. This is only for Oki. It hits grounded. Only for Oki. Yeah. That's Shaheen in a nutshell. Oh, yeah, he has an orbital heal. And if he does a neutral jump, it still launches. It does not launch defensive jump, though, see? But a neutral jump still launches, and it will, when spaced well, crush, you know, go over your jab, go over your mid, all that good shit. Does all that shit. This is +1 on hit. This low is actually launch punishable if he does it by itself, but if he cancels into the stance and cancels the stance into guard, I found that I could only punish it with 11 frame while standing 4. He doesn't have a 12 frame while standing move. So I couldn't test 12 frames. So yeah, and the low on hit goes into the stance. So like I told you, that's why I'm thinking the low on hit. This low on hit. That's the juice. And that low tracks well. So I'm gonna say low parry. Also gimmick string. Forward 2, 4, 4. Right? If you do not low parry that low and block it, this will that high kick in the end will interrupt your 11 frame while standing move. And if it does, he gets a spin. I thought he got a juggle, but he gets a spin, apparently. And if the low counter hits you, he gets that. And then he gets a juggle. So yeah, he's got a really good hop kick. You already knew that, though. Yeah, Shaheen, he's got all the tools. He's got the down forward 1 that's -1 on block, just like Lee's. He has 10 frame counter hit strings. What is it? 1, 2, 2, is it? That, and then that. Those are counter hit strings. And then he has 1, 2, 4 for when he's pressuring you with 1, 2s at the wall. And then if you press the button at the wrong time, he'll get a full wall splat. He has this chop that's -9 but pushes back. And then he has this long range 14 frame mid poke that's also like -9 but pushes back like a lot. So if he does it from space, it's a whiff punish bait. This is probably like -9, yeah, like I said. It said a leg 11 in RB Nori, but it's not true. I wasn't able to punish it. And this forces crouch on hit. I forget if it does on block. This also starts juggles on counter hit. I mean, that's the gist of it, you know? Yeah. So Shaheen is pretty fucking good. I don't know any juggles for him. I ain't really check his floor break. Yeah, whack. Wall carry. Orbital. That actually did decent damage off of his orbital. Oh man. His juggles seem easy. Like stealth step stuff is about as hard as it gets. And that's not as complicated as Dragunov's, even though my brain has like trouble doing it for some reason. It's a standing 3 to down forward or whatever button it's a down forward. So what would be the big follow-up hit off of a hop kick? It would probably be something similar to this stuff. Like, does down 2 connect after a hop kick? It does. So you could probably do a similar juggle as this. Right? If I were to just do this, right? No, not that, sorry. Does a standing 3 connect? It do. So you could probably do the same thing here. So if I were to just boosh. Yeah, see? And the wall hits and then you do the wall combo, whatever the fuck his wall combo is. You know what? I do feel like if I practice some juggles, I could actually use this character already and get a start with him. Shaheen. Why does he say it so weird?
Get ready for the next battle.
Damn, 3 hours and 47 minutes. This might be my longest one. So I feel like you could just pretty much put this combo on display and do it off of all of his launchers. Right? And you get a good start there. Right? Not play them, what am I doing? Display, right? So if every launch you could connect the standing 3, right? Not so much while standing 2. Oh, never mind. Yeah, see? Check out Flying Walkie Twitter. He has a link for the Discord for Tekken on there. There you go. You can do this juggle for all of this shit. This is where it might get weird. Yep. Alright, so orbital. We're gonna want an orbital juggle. Let's previous events. So it's just a pickup? Okay. Oh, I don't have the, So instead of rage, you would do that. This does the other thing again. Once again, same thing. Oh, no, not the same thing. What would I end that with? Maybe a deeper dash. As your wall carry. What if you don't want wall carry? That won't get you great Oki, really. Nah, no good. I mean, maybe you just kick him away for the damage until you get better, until you can find better, right? And then this would break the floor probably, right? Alright, so what about his wall combo?
Get ready for the next battle.
I don't know what his wall combo would be. Anybody know his wall combo? First of all. That's not comboing. Alright, well, whatever. Alright, let's see here. We want to put this... Yeah, wall. That's what I was doing. Okay. Right. That's pretty good. Not quite. anytime you get a hard wall spot, you can do the sidestep because of that shit. Whoa. Oh boy. What the fuck? Sometimes he gets hit in a weird angle like that. That's weird. Why? Oh. I might just do that. So I can find better shit later. For that Oki. Alright, I'm kinda tired, but I'll play a few matches with him online right now. Let's see how it works out. But this is probably actually where I'm going to cut off my YouTube video. So for the YouTube video, I hope the Shaheen video helped you out. I certainly learned a lot, and I hope you did too. So until next time, I don't know what the fuck I'm going to do next time. But maybe not tomorrow, maybe Sunday night. Actually, maybe tomorrow night. Tomorrow night for sure. I'll be doing somebody. So yeah, for you people on YouTube, until next time, take it easy.